Well, there we go. I was prepared for that, for it to click me in and getting ready to rock and roll. Welcome to the show, boys and girls. Kind of late little segment here. Going live tonight, obviously. As you can see, little call-in show on Thursday. We've got Texas and OU joining the SEC. Interesting to see that happen earlier than I think we all anticipated it happening. What's up, John Lee? Makes works so much better. You know, I love hearing that. Love hearing that. Eddie Swall, what's up, baby? Hey, Garrett Berg on late. Yeah, you know, what's up, man? Oh, the GOAT on late. I appreciate the compliment. We'll say the go comment to Tommy. JT, what's up, boys? Oh, there we go. We got a lively bunch. Call in, boys. Let's have a chit chat. Let's talk about it. Late night stream with the duds. You know what I'm saying, boys? Let's have a good time tonight. Obviously, a bill was passed. I want to talk about it a little bit. Florida passed a bill in regards to basically NIL and allowing coaches and schools to get involved. And I'm seeing a lot of comments where, you know, they're talking about it impacting recruiting. And I had to think about it for a quick second, because obviously it was interesting to think, like, could it impact recruiting? No, it's not. It shouldn't, right? Can it? Yes, but not the way that everybody's talking about that it should. It's not going to impact it in the sense of, like, hey, when they go talk to these kids, they're still not allowed to negotiate with them because they are still recruits. It is still in the rules that you're not allowed to utilize NIL in regards to recruiting. However, it can help with recruiting, because it's like, look, once you become a student athlete here at Florida, we're able to negotiate great deals for you. How's the school and the coaches being involved with that going to help? I don't know. I think it's going to be more of, it's interesting, right? That's why you guys let's call in. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Past your bedtime. I get it. When do we get to roll Texas and OU? 2024, boys. 2024. Hurricane Kilo. I'm a Kane, but I just subscribed. Well, welcome to the family, man. You can call in as well. I think we can see how that, you know, with the Florida bill passing, how that impacts Miami, Florida, Florida State, UCF. Look, I think it's great for Florida passing the bill. I think it speaks volumes to say, look, they're diving headfirst into this NIL. It's not necessarily passed. I think it passed at the next level. I think it's rocking up on top of Daddy DeSantis' desk. So give us a call. Links in the description. Let's chit-chat it up. All right? Don't be afraid. I don't bite. Talk about it. Let's talk about Texas OU. There we go. Oh, wow. Someone's coming in with some anger with their name. Okay? I'm liking that. I'm liking the energy. Mullen, and they're disconnected. What's up, boys? Says they all need to connect their mic. Okay. They had a great name. It was like Mullen is better than something, and then they left. So whoever it was trolling. But Little Kirby's doing good between the hedges. Little Kirby's doing good. Welcome to the show, boys. I'll make it make sense. Okay, Ushi. Thanks. But yeah, so it's interesting to see how this bill passed, what it's going to do. Look, I don't think it's going to make that much of an impact. We will see. Again, the big conversation is what I was reading today about it. And I was trying to do some homework to understand kind of what it all entails. And again, the biggest thing is the coaches and now the schools will be able to put their hand in the negotiation with NIL. But again, it should not impact recruiting like we think it will. You're technically still not allowed to utilize the NIL at all in that front half of recruiting. Joint statement from the commissioner, Sankey, says the University of Texas at Austin and University of Oklahoma starting July. Mullen is better. Here we go. Who got going on here? Is this Daniel? This is Daniel, isn't it?
What up, man?
Yeah.
Daniel back at it again. You know how I do.
Daniel, but good to hear from you, man. It's been a while. Although the chat despises you, I appreciate your love and support, man. Thank you for calling in. A little aggressive on the name there. Hey, let's address your name first, okay? Let's go with that first, because I think that's a hot topic. And then if you have anything else, we can go from there. Why do you think Mullen's better than Napier? I gotta know.
I think Mullen is better than Napier so far. And the reason why I say that, the recruiting for Napier hasn't been better. It hasn't been better. He can't get the big names. And I'm not saying that Mullen did great with recruiting. That's why Florida had to go somewhere else, and that they chose someone else than Dan Mullen. It's because the recruiting was the issue. Now, I do think that Dan Mullen developed players better than Napier. And yes, it was his first year, but you can just kind of see where Napier is going with his vision. He reminds me of a lot of Jimbo Fisher. He's very hard-headed. He's very ignorant.
Wow.
And it is bold. It's real bold, and it's because you've seen it. He doesn't want to hire an OC. He hires all this staff.
He hired an OC. He hired an OC, an analyst. But continue. Continue.
He's not the guy. I don't think he's the guy. He's not going to get Florida, not even to where they even think about being.
I mean, his play
calling is the same thing every game. He can't get the recruits, big name recruiting. He struggles with this NIL deal. Florida has money. And do I think that it's more than Napier? I do. I think it's Scott Strickland and the whole Florida, staff and committee out there. I think that they have a big issue with it too, a big problem with it. So, I mean, I just don't think he's the guy. I think Florida fans need to kind of just wake up and say, you know what? I think he's an okay coach maybe, but I don't think he's going to be somebody who's going to take us to the next level.
Okay, so I love that you brought this up. I'm actually going to have Uncle Lou on to talk about this a little bit more. And you've probably been watching Uncle Lou's stuff. And, I respect that. Uncle Lou does a good job over there on his channel. And a couple things I want to address. You said that Mullen recruits better than Napier. Although Napier's his first class, averaged blue chip rating, or just his average rating was 92. Okay? If you go back in the last 3 classes of Mullen, they didn't crack 91. All were under 90. So I'm debunking first claim already in year 1. Big names. What big name did the Mullen pull that you can recall?
Oh, Trask was
one. Trask was his Trask.
Trask was a 3-star, Sunshine. He wasn't a big name coming out of the gates. He was a 3-star.
He wasn't a big name, but he was a big name.
No, not at all. Nobody knows. No, not at all. No, Kyle Trask was not the guy. Emory Jones was his guy. Kyle Trask was not the guy. No, sir. No, I can't give you that one. I'll give you points when points are due. I can't give you a point on that one. The other part was, what was the other? You said can't out recruit. What was the other part? Oh, developing, right? Yeah. Developing. Okay, so here's where this is where I disagree as well, because look, the Anthony Richardson, that situation, look, if you want to hold that over Billy's head and the Gators, I can't argue with you, because we talked about it last night. Are we going to look back and be like, hey, we dropped the ball on that? I think the entire situation with Anthony, what Dan did to him with Emory Jones, I mean, you can almost blame Dan and how that was handled the year prior to that. However, what I'm going to look at is Osiris Torrance, who's now going to be a first-round draft pick. That was Billy's guy, okay? Montrell Johnson comes over to the SEC, has a phenomenal year. Billy's guy. Trevor Etienne, because he's eating. Billy's guy. Okay? Chris McKellen, freshman. Billy's guy. All these guys that are now basically the heart and soul at the moment, Billy's guys. So, look, it's early. It's a year for us to even have an argument who's developing more players. It's way too soon to even have this conversation, because there's a lot of time still left on the table, right? But these guys that we saw already in year 1, I think Osiris Torrance and Montrell, those are the 2 biggest ones that you can say, hey, those are Billy's guys, and they look like dogs. Okay. What's funny is I'm getting in the chat, says that apparently Trask wasn't even Mullen's guy. It was a McElwain guy. So it wasn't even the same guy. Wasn't even Mullen's guy. So even though he wasn't a big name, wasn't his guy. Pearsall's not necessarily Billy's guy. In the comments, they're saying Pearsall was a transfer. So I can't really say that was Billy's guy. As you were, Daniel. I think you're 0 for 2 right now. I'm up 2-0. I'm taking my points.
I mean, of course you will. It's your show, right?
I'll take the L when it's due. I just feel like I'm winning right now. Doing a good job.
I mean, winning. If you're saying winning, you're winning.
Look at the record.
Just look at the record for Dan Mullen's first year, and look at the record for Billy Napier's first year. Look at the schools that Dan Mullen had beaten. I mean, you lose to a Pac-12 team. A Pac-12 team. It's not like,
who?
Okay, I understand.
Who?
I understand.
Or you talking about Oregon? You talking about Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon State. Yeah, I mean, you guys.
Yeah, but we beat Utah. We beat Utah.
Barely.
W's a W.
No. Yeah, I was okay. A win is is a win, but was that win really a win?
But Daniel, the Kirby lost to Vandy year 1 too. Like, I mean, shit happens year 1. Kirby went 7-5, big guy. I wish I had an audio clip of you in year 1 of Kirby, because you probably had the same name title that said Mark Richt's better than Kirby. If I had to guess, that was you year 1 of Kirby. Don't act like I'm wrong here, because you know that I'm probably right.
No, okay, but you got to look at Vandy was a lot better than they were.
Shut the fuck, Daniel.
It's true.
You shut your damn mouth. You shut your damn. Daniel.
Is it not true?
Daniel.
Is it not true?
It's not true. It's not true.
Now?
Daniel, you went. Listen to me.
Georgia Tech was a better team than they are now.
Daniel, stop it.
Lying. It's the
Daniel,
truth.
Okay, look, I love that you're not afraid to say some nonsense, but there's sometimes when you go too far, it's like you're losing credibility. You look like me last night putting Colorado at 25. Okay, that's what you look like right now. Like, you got everybody just fired up, just spewing out nonsense. Vandy was not better. And to be fair, look, when Kirby came in, okay, what people don't understand, when Kirby came in that first year, when he went 7-5. The SEC has been in shambles for the last 6 years. Kirby came into the SEC East when nobody wanted to take over, right? Yeah. This past year,
Auburn
the SEC
was a better team. Auburn was a better team.
They're in the West, Daniel. They're in the West. You're not even listening. You're not even listening.
It's a team that Georgia plays almost every year.
Daniel, what the fuck, bro? We're not talking about I'm talking about the East, bro. You can. Who cares what happens on in the West? I don't care you play them once a year. It's one game. Talk about the East. Are you talking about practice? Talking about a game. Let's talk about the East, okay? This past year, the East was the strongest that it's ever been in a very long time. Kentucky
agree with that.
Kentucky was great. Should have been a lot better than what they were. South Carolina was a great football team. Okay. They showed it at the end of the year. I had them going, look, they're one of my teams. I was like, look, they can either go 8-4, 9-3, or 6-7. And that's what happened. Same thing on how Florida panned out. Tennessee, obviously, phenomenal season. LSU, but they're in the West side, obviously. Then Georgia, of course. So look, the East was at an all-time high. And Billy had to come in when it was at its peak, in my opinion. And did pretty damn good.
Listen, the credit that I would say, okay, yeah, you're right. The credit I give you guys, it's his first year, and you can't look at his first year. He came into Florida with some issues. I mean, we all know that it wasn't just player issues; it was coaching issues, and it was all around the board. But this year, I mean, by going off his year 1, I'm gonna say his year 2 is not gonna look any better. It's not gonna look any better.
So, okay, hold on.
He had so many opportunities to get a good quarterback, and he got one of the worst quarterbacks in the transfer portal, if not the worst, from Wisconsin. That's the only one. That's the only one that he got.
Daniel, that's my quarterback. All right, so you better watch. That's my quarterback. All right, that's my quarterback. Look, right now, I trust. He evaluated 24 quarterbacks. Graham was the guy. I trust Billy in that. I'm rocking and rolling with that. So I'm not going to go back and forth. We all feel like we're armchair quarterbacks, so we feel like who's the best quarterback. Was he the worst in the portal? No, because there's still guys out there that didn't get picked up. So was he the worst? I don't think that he was. You ramble so much nonsense. It's hard for me to keep up with what I have to answer, because you're spewing out just from left and right here. I can't even keep up. But then I appreciate you calling in. Look, I think, you said that he was going to be worse in his second year. What would you consider worse? A worse record or worse into Daniel standards?
No, I think he's going to have a worse record. I think because so far, other teams like Tennessee, South Carolina, of course, Georgia, Kentucky's there right there with them.
Kentucky is not there. Kentucky is not. Kentucky's done. Kentucky's done. Will Levis is gone. Smoke's gone.
They haven't beat him. Until they beat him, then I can say different.
Okay.
I can't. Kentucky.
But Kentucky's not there. So look, but you're saying we're going to lose more games. So I guess the only way that would happen, we would lose the same games we lost last year. So we're going to lose to Vandy again, is what you're saying, and then we lose also to Utah this year. That's what you're predicting.
So you're saying you won't lose to Utah this year?
Oh, no shot. We're going 10-2. I've already called it.
Nah, you guys are gonna have, if not,
hey, look,
record, if not worse.
real quick before I let you go, Daniel, because now you got my chat all riled up. which it's fine. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm glad we need more of this. I like getting spicy. I mean, you're just spewing out your ass, so this is easy to dispute. I think Georgia's going to have a root.
Don't get mad because Florida is ass.
I am never mad. First of all, second of all, Georgia's going to be in for a rude awakening without 5'11" Stetson Bennett. Okay, with the mailman now out the door, I think Georgia's going to have a weird place. Look, Kirby's done a great job. Kirby got handed basically, a great football program. I think they feel like you guys think Kirby just kind of like came in, like rebuilt Georgia from the ground up. He took over an 11-2 football team. Okay, it wasn't like Mark Richt just left Georgia in shambles. Georgia transitioned from Mark Richt for 20 plus years of just having a constant in Georgia where they went 9-3, 10-2. They just couldn't win the big games, right? And then Kirby comes in and figures out how to get the big games done. So it wasn't like Kirby Smart didn't come into some ethos.
Hey, you can't get mad at Kirby Smart. His second year there, he went to the national championship and lost to
Who's mad?
By overtime.
Who's mad? I'm just saying, you guys all try to compare new coaches to what Kirby did. Kirby walked into a cush situation. I gotta go, Daniel. You got me fired up over nothing. I love you, man. I appreciate you calling me, big guy.
Too, bro. Yes, sir.
See, bud. I see the. Oop, hold on, not yet, Yoga. I see the face. I saw your face the whole time. That you look displeased with the situation there, Codes. What's up, big dog?
What's up, Daniel?
Of course it was. It's back at it again, baby.
Daniel, let me tell you something, okay? When you say Graham Mertz, you put goddamn respect at the end of it.
It's our quarterback.
That's our quarterback, okay? Stetson Bennett should have been a doctor as long as he was at Georgia.
It's a quarterback.
Let's get it right. I'm hiding in a package car right now.
That's a quarterback.
You put respect.
We're gonna clip this.
Respect at the end of his name.
We're gonna say
Number two. I hope you got all them receipts to put on the wall. Receipts.
I gotta get
of all the nonsense. Of all that nonsense. Listen, we're gonna be a better program this year. Okay. We do not have SEC depth though.
What are you in right now? What are you sitting in?
I'm in a package car, bro.
Hey, it's package car. Package car thoughts with Codes. Okay, that's what. This is where we're at right now. This is peak high top sports, boys. We've made it.
Yeah, this is dedication. Okay.
I love it.
Listen, this is my one worry though with Florida. Okay. We still don't have SEC depth, as in Chris Dorian said. I don't know where that is gold. Wherever he said that. Listen, I'm just hoping and I'm praying. I'm not worried about the offense. Mertz going to get that thing going. Mertz is built for this offense, okay? He throws a beautiful ball. He throws a slant ball without taking the wide receiver's head off. But the defense, no Ventrell Miller, unknown linebackers.
Hey, easy.
Come
on, bro.
It's just it's got to be better.
Marks. There's some question marks, right, of what to expect. But we went over the depth chart. Oh, look, I'm excited for what the offense is going to be. I'm excited for the wide receiving core. Then we've got some studs coming in. Look, I was actually watching film of Graham Mertz last night. I actually looked up Graham Mertz highlights and Anthony Richardson highlights. I was like, what can this give me? And I don't know if this meant anything. It could have just been whoever edited the video. But Graham Mertz had a 15-minute highlight video. Anthony had a 6-minute highlight video, 4 minutes of him running. This is not a shot on Anthony.
Correct.
I'm just simply assessing the situation of what I saw. And most of those highlights are from Eastern Washington.
And did you see the way the ball came off Graham Mertz's hand? I mean, that thing is a beaut.
Hey, Gator Nation is so special, boys. I know. Week one, I was talking about like when Graham Mertz got the call, we were losing it. Now that we know,
I was one of them.
Now that we know Graham Mertz has got the call, hey, you see the ball come in his hands? Okay, the way that he just grips those laces, there's just something about it, that he's got something special that Wisconsin wasn't able to dive into.
They had no wide receivers. They had no wide receivers. He got hit a lot. He got pressured a lot. 26 times he got sacked. His tight end, his safety valve tight end, he goes to the draft. not a good situation. They run the ball a bunch. They get behind on the sticks and they force them to throw. But here's the thing: when Graham Mertz throws a ball, let me tell you, it is dropped from God Almighty himself into the bucket. It is just beautiful. Okay. Now I'm not saying the H word.
Kobe,
I'm not saying we put.
Am I putting this on the receipt board?
I'm not saying we put a statue.
You're really selling this kind of hard here. You better hope Graham Mertz comes out here and has a Heisman type season.
Listen, if he doesn't, come visit my channel and blow me up. I don't care. Every comment. Every comment. Yes.
I fucking love it. Cody, you're the man as always, Bubba. I appreciate you calling in. The package card thoughts from Coates.
All right, I got to get out of here before my boss finds me.
Yes, sir, Bubba. You be good, bud.
All right, bye.
I fucking love this. Yoga.
Hey, okay, so it's Ben. It's Ben Smith.
It's been okay. Look, all right, hold on. All right, hold the fuck. Hold. Okay, so you put like some sexual name on here, right? Like some like
no, it's Yo Gabba Gabba, the damn
no, like it's like it's your sex name, right? It's your sex name. I know, but it's your sex name, and then you come on shirtless in your bed with
it's
just the light of your.
You're the one going live at 10:45.
Is that it? Is that the missus too? Bro, I can't, bro. I feel like I'm interrupting you at this point. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, well, hey, it's been. Like I walked in on you. Like bro, it's a family show. It's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? We're talking college football, and do you have underwear on? Do you have underwear? I mean, we're here now, Ben. Don't be embarrassed now. You're half naked. You got the wife over there trying to take a nap.
Look, you went live. You said you were doing a call-in show. I said, you know what? I'm gonna call in. I'm gonna say my piece, and then I'm gonna get off and go to bed. That's how it's gonna be.
To be fair, though, I love you for that, and I appreciate you calling.
Hey, I love the videos. You put them out all the time, dude. Your video about the baby that you just put out. Oh my god, that was hilarious. I love it.
I appreciate.
Okay,
I appreciate it. Hit me.
Let me say my piece. Look here. So I had my wife look it up. Billy Napier got hired November 28th of 2021. Okay. National Signing Day, early National Signing Day was November
30 days.
8th. Right?
Wait. No, December.
Okay. December 8th. Whatever.
December 20th. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so you're giving this man a month to recruit. This is my first pet peeve. Now, I love Gators Breakdown. I watch them just like I watch you. I love Gator Breakdown.
Great show.
Guy there, Mike something. I can't remember his name, but he keeps comparing Billy's first year to Mullen's first year, which Billy's first year was a month. He had a month to recruit because nowadays everybody signs early. Everybody does. All the high top recruits, they all sign early. I mean, look at us. We signed what? 20 something players, 20, 21, 22 players in the National Letter of Intent, NLI, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
We signed a ton of players early signing day. And they're comparing his first class, which was like a month, which I don't blame him for that because it's Florida's fault for waiting that long to hire him. And then comparing that to his first year. That's my first thing. His second year, which is my opinion, this year, the 2023 class, that's for me, that's his first class. Okay.
So let me ask, because I haven't seen the video. Are you sure they weren't comparing this 2023 class to Mullen's first year?
Yes. They were.
Wasn't this?
No. It was his 2022 class to his
the Trevor class, the ETN's class.
Yes.
Interesting.
ETN.
Okay.
Yeah. And so my issue with it all is this 2023 class is way better than Mullen's transfer class is what they were calling it. The transfer over. On top of that, for me personally, the 2023 class, this is his first year. He had all of the players leave. He brought a bunch of guys into the transfer portal. All 3 consensus. If you add in the transfer portal, I think we're ranked 9th or 10th, something like that. If you add in all the transfer additions we got. So if you compare that to Mullen's first year, it blows it out of the water.
That's what I mentioned that to Daniel because Daniel was saying that his recruiting was better, but the average score for Mullen this year was higher, or Napier was higher than Mullen.
Yeah, I got something for Daniel too. Look. Here's the thing about Daniel, all right? I joined halfway in. I don't know if he's still in the chat. Daniel, if you are.
We know why he joined halfway in. Okay. He was a little busy the first time. Hey, my bad. Go ahead.
So was he a Georgia fan? Was he a Georgia? Was he a Bulldog? I'm guessing he was. Okay. Look. This is all I got to say to Daniel, and I'm gonna get off here before I get a bunch of hate. But Daniel, congratulations. You finally. It took you 40 years, but you finally caught up to Florida in national championships. You won 3. Congratulations. We still got more SEC championships than you do. So fuck off.
Ben, I appreciate you calling in, and to the wife, thank you for being a good sport. Pleasure. Good seeing you guys. Hey, love you guys for the support, man.
Congratulations on the baby. He's beautiful.
He watches your videos 24/7. So
there could be worse things he could be doing. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Thanks, big guy. Thanks for calling. Make sure you call in every Thursday night. All right. I'll try to do it.
So you're doing it every Thursday night from now on?
I'm gonna try to. Definitely during the season. We're gonna find a day and we're gonna definitely call in. We're gonna have call-in shows a lot now. So I'm loving these things.
I'll be all the time.
I love it. You get some rest, okay?
Yeah, have a good night, buddy.
You too, Bubba. Yes, sir. I love it. I absolutely love it, boys. Oh, this is so freaking good. Like, who's doing that here? You know what I'm saying? What a man. I see you, Soder. You're not in yet.
Let me on. What are you doing, man?
Bro, hold on. I can't look the flow that we're going into. So I got Daniel coming on, firing shit up. I got Cody in a car up, skipping work. I got Ben calling in shirtless with the wife, and then I got you calling in with your on the road mic. Look at this.
No, I'm in the living room, man. I'm sitting in here in the comfort of my own home, and I'm just hearing all sorts of nonsense, man. And who was that guy with the D for the first name? What was it?
His name's Daniel.
Man, I feel ashamed sharing the same initial at the beginning of my name with that guy. That I've never
Late Night David, spicy. I like Comfy Dave.
I've never heard so much nonsense in my life. Oh my god, I'm gonna go have to watch like the Golden Girls or something after that. I mean, that was just crazy. As far as what were we talking about? Graham Mertz or
the show's titled Texas and Oklahoma in the new bill pass, and we're talking about none of that. We're talking whatever you want to do. This is no longer my show. I'm just here to I'm just a funnel. I'm just hosting.
First of all, Kyle Trask was a Jim McElwain recruit, to be honest. There. The quarterbacks that Dan Mullen recruited was one, Emory Jones.
And Anthony.
You know what? And Anthony Richardson, who had his 1 year going to the NFL draft. So you said it, I'm glad you said this too. Mark Richt did not exactly recruit really bad. I mean, he had top 10 classes. Some years he had top 5. He was always 10-2, 9-3. Never really had a losing record. Every now and then he did, but not really.
He didn't. Go look. I think if he did, it was one losing year or one losing record in his tenure. For the last decade, at least last 15 years, I think he had one losing record, and it may have been like a 7-5 record. That's what people forget. Like, it wasn't like that Curry walked into some poverty style at Georgia. Georgia had always been right there. Mark Richt just couldn't get him over the hump. And Georgia was like, we're over it, dude. You can't get it done. You got to go.
Yeah. I think there was 1 year they lost to Colorado. I think it was like 2010 or 2011. I think that was like one of the worst years Mark Richt has been there, and he even lost to Georgia Tech. Look up the Colorado game where they lost to Colorado. But yeah, I don't get the conception that like Billy Napier, he'll be 6.
So they went 6-7. They went 6-7 in 2010.
Yep, that was.
But that was so from 2003. We go to 2001 when Mark Richt took over until when he left, and his last season was 10-3. They had one losing season at 6-7.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like Mark Richt was pretty consistent. And like you said, he could never get over the hump. Kirby brought them
Yep.
over the hump. So it wasn't really a hard transition for Kirby. He just struggled beating Alabama all the time. Once he got over the Alabama hump, then that's when he was winning consistently and all that. And of course, Alabama wasn't in the playoff this year. I think they should have been. So he avoided Alabama all year. I mean, you got to look at it. Like he never had to play Alabama this year. I mean, he played LSU in the SEC championship. He played TCU in the national championship. So he didn't really have to deal with Alabama. The last time he played Alabama was the year before and got trounced in the SEC championship. And then minus 2 receivers that were hurt, wins the national championship barely by a skin too. So either way, it worked out for him. Doesn't matter. I mean, you still win the national championships and all that. But, this guy coming out here, I don't even know what his name was. My TV just turned off, so you probably can't see me.
I was wondering. I was like, now we're being seduced by David. The channel has just gone south at this point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got a candlelight over here, man, if you want me to.
That's what I needed. That's what I needed.
We've already got people in their beds coming on this show and all this other kind of stuff. We might as well just get the candlelight going, right?
Fair enough. Hey, did you see my top 25 yesterday? I want to get your thoughts on this because you don't hold any punches. You let me know.
I did not. Did you go on Canvas and make a Photoshop and post it on the internet like Big Game Boomer and just throw?
I knew that's where you're going. Look, to be fair, I mean, he's got a good little thing going. I need to get better at my pictures for that stuff. But no, we used a top tier thing or some kind of tracker. But I'm not going to tell you who I put at 25. We're not going to go over that again. But I had FSU at 5, then USC at 4, followed by LSU at 3, and I had Ohio State
at 5.
I did.
Oh wait. Oh, I got you in the back. I gotta pause this. Hold on.
We on the TV?
Yeah, you're on the TV. That's why I have the TV on.
Real quick, before I let you go.
There you go. It's off now. You got Florida State at number 5?
I did. We did. Yeah. And I think, look, I know it's
3 games.
What's that?
After losing 3 games.
They lose 3 games. They win their bowl game. But they also do a phenomenal job in the transfer portal. And they got Jordan Travis coming back. And I put them ahead of Ohio State, who doesn't have their quarterback coming back, and in front of Alabama, who's lost their quarterback, both coordinators, and some linemen. And yeah, it's Nick Saban, and it may be a bit of a stretch, but look, you can't disrespect him at this point. I think FSU ended the season on a high, right? Their losses that they had were ugly. They lost to.
And they got Jordan Travis coming back.
They got Jordan Travis coming back, who is in most people, he's the top 3, top 4 to win the Heisman.
And they did pretty good in the transfer portal too. So
number one.
I would put them. I would definitely have them in the top 10. I mean, you got to look at it too. They play in the ACC. All they really got to beat is Clemson. That's it.
That's my point.
They don't have to beat
That's it.
Else.
They got LSU. They got LSU week 1, but that game's so early. Win or lose, people will forget about it if they went out. Right. So it's almost irrelevant. It's just gonna be a fun shit talk game.
Yeah, you have to win out if you lose to LSU though. Like you cannot lose another game, or you won't be in the playoff. But you also, and even with their schedule, they might even have to rely on teams ahead of them losing as well, depending on how they're placed when the playoff run, wherever they put them at. But I would say that Florida State does have a chance to make it into the playoff this year. And then of course you had that news of Texas and Oklahoma coming into the SEC.
Yeah, happening a lot sooner than I thought it would.
Yeah, me too. That news just broke tonight while I was sitting on the couch. I've been taking care of my wife. She's got a surgery, so I literally looked at my phone and I was just like, oh wow, they did the deal. It's going to happen next year. So I don't know how that's going to shake up the schedules either.
I think I was watching a loose cast a little bit. They were talking about they play 3 consistent every year, and the other 6 kind of rotate. Is how it's going to play out. But it was kind of like, damn, like we've only got 1 more year to really enjoy what the SEC's been my entire life. So it's crazy to think. It's exciting, but I'm like, damn, I wasn't really ready to take that on just yet. But it's going to be fun. And then BB just says that they have to pay $100 million penalty, Texas and OU. I wonder why the rush.
Yeah, and CBS is going away too. I mean, Vern Lundquist, he retired. You can't hear garble, garble, gobble on the microphone anymore. And then, Gary Danielson can't tell us the most basic things about the game anymore. We're going to have to go to
I love Gary Daniels.
Actually, I do too. I'm just messing around. I grew up on Vern Lundquist and Gary Danielson. So
it's comforting voices. You know what I mean? It's soothing.
I know. I'm just messing around, everybody. I'm just joking. But yeah, I mean, everything's changing for the SEC, man. I mean, it used to be every Saturday, CBS 3:30, the main SEC game there every Saturday, and then now that's changing. You got Oklahoma and Texas coming in. You got NIL now. You got the transfer portal the way it is. Like college football is completely doing a 360 almost.
Yeah, a rebranding and to a certain extent. It's definitely interesting to see it play out for sure.
It's definitely evolving, but I think it's evolving a little bit too fast. If that's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, you and I kind of had our differences already on this. You got your old style for sure. Hey, before I let you go, Dave, can you give us a flex so people can I always kind of compliment how big your guns are, and I think they think that I'm kidding.
Which one of the largest arms in the world do you want to see?
Whichever one you got, baby. I don't care.
Oh my God, people are gonna be like, dude, David's such a cocky son of a bitch.
No, he's not. No, he's massive.
No, really, I'm really a small guy, to be honest. I'm not that tall.
Let's see
Which one, man?
The right arm. The right arm. Look at that thing, bro. Yo, see, I thought I was kidding. I thought I was kidding.
145 pounds soaking wet. You meet me out there, you'll see what it's all about.
I'm not testing that. Sort of question to man, baby. I appreciate you calling it, big guy.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Later, Bubba. I love that guy to death. Dom, $2. I said, yo, Sid, haven't seen you since my dollar. Oh shit, Dom. It's you used the wrong sense, by the way. Dumbass. Eat a dick racing.
Oh.
We did a whole change. What's going on, man?
What you mean?
You were on your front porch and now you got me in the garage.
Man, I had no intentions of calling in. I was out here working on my car and I needed some background noise. And I was like, oh shit, this fucker's live.
Well, damn. So I'm just background noise. That was I take that.
Yeah. Typically you are.
That's fine. I'm like your white noise.
Hey, at least I got my shirt on.
Oh hell yeah, Braves, go Braves, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just joined, man. What's the topic of conversation tonight?
It's kind of all over the place, but the show started with Texas and OU coming to SEC, and then also this bill being passed for the NIL. Our thoughts on it. I don't know if you heard about the bill being passed. And then we talked about Graham Mertz a little bit. Yeah, so a bill was passed by the NIL, or let's say passed a bill basically allowing for coaches and schools to get involved with the NIL deals in the state of Florida. And so everyone's all pretty excited about it, wanted to talk about it a little bit. And people were kind of trying to utilize it. Hey, it's going to help recruiting. It shouldn't technically, because you still can't use NIL to recruit. It's for the collegiate athletes. So essentially, Billy can now work with the collective and have conversations like, hey, let's get this kid this and whatever it may be. As for the schools, the boosters can now be involved with it as well. So all of that kind of is playing out.
So he couldn't communicate with the collective before this?
Yeah, so I think he may have had conversations of like, hey, like I know, like I was speaking with Jen, right? She's like, hey, can I have this kid? And he could like, yes and no, but not in regards to their contract negotiations. Right. I think it's going to be more associated with the boosters being involved, more so that are connected with the school. Right. So they're syncing that up. When before it was kind of very loophole-ish that we've talked about before, where they had to get third parties involved. Right. I think they're kind of just like, look, we know what's happening. Let's just go ahead and make this cleaned up. Yeah. But people are thinking that it's going to help recruitment. It's like, well, no, like the whole Rashada situation. It's like, oh, this would never would have happened if this was here. Well, that it still shouldn't have happened. It's not. It's still like that process isn't supposed to be happening. So. We were talking about that, and then obviously Texas and OU coming into SEC. So pretty exciting stuff.
Well, is that official?
Yeah, 2024. So we've got one last season of the SEC.
It's been a busy night. I'm out of the loop. That's crazy.
Yeah. So we got a year left of what we've been knowing for the SEC for as long as it's been, and then we've got Texas and OU. So what's going to happen to the Big 12? I don't know. I mean, you're taking your two big dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to become the Pac-12 2.0. I guess. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, look,
who's left
in the Big 12? You got Kansas State, Texas Tech, Baylor, TCU.
Yeah. So, like I said, who's left?
I think UCF is now in the Big 12 too. I think they moved to. It's not even going to be the Big 12. It's going to be like the Big 9.
The small 9. Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, nobody's talking shit about my boy Mertz, are they?
Yes, a little bit. They were early on. Daniel D was, and I was like, hey, that's our quarterback. He was trying to come at us a little bit, saying that we had the worst quarterback in the portal. That was his words exactly.
Oh man, I can't really argue with that though. I mean,
no, not the worst. Not the worst.
Who was the worst?
I don't know. It wasn't Mertz.
Mertz had no other offer. We were the only one.
That's because they knew, but Billy had him.
They locked him down early, huh?
Yeah, there's no need to even try. Billy's got that guy in the bag.
All right, Mertz Mafia, dude.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right, man.
I appreciate you as always, big guy.
All right, dude.
Good to see you. Yes, sir. Have a good night, Bubba. All right, boy. Hey, Fishing Football, call back in, big guy. You were up next until you hung up, big guy. Stranger Fan 95. Got a laptop. Hit me. What's up, big guy? Don't show me some like porn shit. Like, don't make this. I don't know what to expect here. Are you punking me? This is strange. I'm a little uncomfortable. I think I'm gonna have to go. Yeah. Gonna have to go. Bro, what was that? What was that? What the fuck? Oh, boys. Fishing Football, call back in, big guy. Dude, what the hell is going on tonight? Maybe I should go a little bit earlier so we don't have to deal with this stuff. Scared money don't make money. Let him know, Eddie.
Scared money don't make money, you know?
Is water wet or just because we touch it? Nice, Dom. Whew, man. Copper T. Popcorn Long Show. Call in, Copper T. You're over here talking some noise over here. I can't see what emoji you're using. You know what I mean? Go effing Gators. I love it, Ed. Between the hedges, call in, Ted. Let's go, boys. 10 minutes if you're still on. Bet fishing. I'll wait for you, big guy. I got nowhere to go. So, Dom, why don't you call in, Dom? You're always running your mouth. You're always talking shit. You know? Call in. This stranger guy keeps calling in. This is like freaking me out. I don't understand what this guy's doing, bro. Why is he doing this? Fuck. All right, boys. DJ says popcorn and something, drinking something. What you drinking, DJ? What are you drinking? I'm building the suspense up. Hey, I see that, Dom. I see that. Give us a call, baby. Let's rock and roll. Freaking me out. All right. Boys and girls. Well, look, fun show thus far tonight. I enjoyed the guys calling in, Daniel calling in, talking some smack. That was a blast per usual. Man, do we believe in Mertz, boys? You know, let's pull up some of his film while we wait for old Fishing Football. Let's do that. Let's watch Graham Mertz's film. Watch his highlights. Let's take a look. Let's see how he's doing. Okay. 2021 highlights here. All right. Let's just check. Let's just see how he's going. You know what I mean? Share screen. There we go. Share screen. Chrome tab. There it is, boys. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that there. There we go. You know what I'm saying? Let me go make this big for you guys. So let's go Graham Mertz highlights here, boys. Between the hedges has have a ton of Kirby and dog haters out there. I mean, it's not haters. I don't know if I would say haters. We'll just say people that are frustrated. Guys, call in. Let's chit chat. You know what I'm saying? We got over 6 people in here. Make sure we drop a like, show some love. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Watching some Graham Mertz highlights. Look at that. I mean, a little behind there. A little behind the ball. Okay. Look at this. Little step up. Bam. Dot. I mean, that's in the pocket there, boys. Against a stud of a Michigan team. A Final Four team right there. Just throwing absolute dimes. Okay. Oh yeah, steps up, a little off the back foot there, but just right in the sweet spot. Right in the sweet spot. How can we hate on that? Right? How can you not like seeing that? 10-13 against Michigan? It's big news Saturday on primetime, boys. Got old Graham Mertz just throwing absolute dimes. Look at this. What a stadium. To be fair, he was looking that way the entire time. He didn't even sell it. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Little play action. Yep. All day. He run it in. He's got legs. Oh! Don't tell me we got a dual quarterback, boys. He's got legs. You guys are worried. I was never worried. Give me another rollout. Give me another one. Oh, a QB and he's got power. He's basically a fullback. Guys, we got an absolute steal on this one, boys. We really did. Tell me we didn't. I think we got ourselves an absolute gem here of a quarterback. Stetson Bennett wishes he could be Graham Mertz, you know? He was a little wide open. We won't count that one as a good throw. Play action. Throw it to me. Wide ass open. That reminded me of the Tebow jump pass right there. I'm not saying that is Tebow. But I'm not saying that, looked pretty good. Iowa's defense might just be horrible. Nobody even blocked him. Wide ass open. I mean, look, I think Anthony could probably hit that one. I mean, the guy's a fullback. Stranger fans, you got to stop calling in, bud. You're freaking me out. You got to stop. You lost your opportunity. I mean, the guy's running the ball, running cats over. Graham Mertz might be the guy, boys. He might be the savior for us. Look at this. Just the touch. That's something that we've been missing. Nice little dump off there. I think we got something special there in Graham Mertz, boys and girls. I think we really do. Here we go. I love it. I love the check down. It's responsible. Just throwing it up on that one there. Well, I like it. Boys and girls. Okay, we you know what we need, boys? We need some damn practice. You know what I'm saying? We need some. March 3rd can't come soon enough. I need more than just workouts. February, I got to figure out for next year what to do for February, because I don't know what to do with my hands with what's going on right now. And I need something. March, the blood gets pumping again, because obviously early March practice starts, and then we've got March Madness, which is always a great time. And then we've got, obviously, in April, the spring game, orange and blue game. And then at that point, I feel like May might get a little quiet. But June, July, recruits are going to start flowing in. May and June, we'll get some recruits. Then July, we'll have Friday Night Lights. And then before you know it, it's August. And we're here. I don't like to rush through the year, but it's kind of where my head's at with that situation there. So, Mertz is going to be fine. I agree, Eddie. I think we're going to be fine with old Mertz. Mertz. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good about it. Hey, guys, so tomorrow, we're actually going live again. DJ Lagway will be on the show. We're going to be playing Madden. A little different, something new, and pretty fired up about that. It'll be fun to see kind of just his style, how he's rocking and rolling. Let's see, between the hedges. Funny how Dave loves to make excuses for injuries on other teams as to why Uga won 2 natties. Do you want to go back to the Criminals on Urbana's teams? I think not. You better call in between the hedges. You're going to come in with that tone in the chat? Call in. You don't have to show your face. Just call in. Call in between the hedges. Come on. Come on, big dog. Give it to me. Dave, calling out Dave there. on look, I mean, I get what he's pointing. Alabama lost their number one wide receiver, the first natty. You know, it's something to think about. Something to think about. And look, I don't understand why we get flack for the Urban days. Like, I don't like what do you mean the criminals? We're not the Seminoles, okay? That's not our name. You know? I think like the play on the Urban, you know, that era. That was a great era. Really was. I've been arguing a lot with people lately with his recruiting ability too. Dom needs to call in. I agree, Cody. I'm waiting for Fish and Football. He said 10 minutes. How long ago was that? Get Fish and Football in here. This was at 11:08. He's got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, boys. Hey, guys, if you're watching the show, just give us a call. You don't got to show your face. You can just chit-chat. Tell me what you're thinking about Florida football. Think about Texas OU. Graham Mertz. If you want to just talk shit, if you're a Miami fan, I don't care. You know what I mean? We're here for it. I'm pretty open to whatever you guys want to do. But no need to hide behind it, you know? Just call in. Click the link in the description. Don't have to see your face. Let's chit-chat. Let's talk college football. We're hanging out. It's Thursday night, okay? Daniel Riviera. Mark's going to be a good... I mean, Mertz, Eddie? I wish more Georgia fans would call in. Daniel's got balls. He calls in. I mean, look, here's the thing about Georgia fans calling in, right? I mean, like, what do they have to lose right now? You got back-to-back natties. Like, it's hard for me to argue with them, you know? But it's fun. I'll do it. I'll hold my own, you know? But we'll see. Texas and Oklahoma will be better in the SEC. That's going to be interesting, man. I mean, if I'm Texas and Oklahoma, right? Let's take a look at recruiting for those guys. Oklahoma did a phenomenal job this year in recruiting. They finished 4th. Hell of a job. Damn, and Texas finished 3rd. Son of a bitch. So Bama, Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy shit. You know what? That's something big for Oklahoma, because Oklahoma had a shit year. An absolute disgusting year. Like, it was embarrassing for them. They pull a 5-star quarterback in Jackson Arnold. Jackson Arnold, I don't know if you guys watched him in the Under Armour game. Dog. 5-star edge. Not even going to try to pronounce his name. The number 2 in his position. And a 3-star player, Peyton Bowen. Dog. Absolute dog. Here's what people don't understand too, right? We always talk about the SEC and who's better and whatnot. And I know we get a lot of noise. I got a buddy, Austin, who calls in. He's too scared to call in. But he'll talk about the Pac-12 and how they're back. And you hear, I got a Ohio State fan talk about how the Big Ten and how great they are, right? There we go, fishing. Let's get it on, big dog. What up, player? Talk to me. Talk dirty to me, son. How we doing, baby?
Dirty to you? Oh, word. You want to talk?
What's up, baby? Hey, man, welcome on the show, man. Long time viewer here. Watch your stuff. Good to have you on, man. I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. What was I hearing about people bragging about us having the top rated recruiting class about since Urban Meyer? Is that what I heard?
Say that again?
Us having the top rated recruiting class average since Urban Meyer. Were people bragging about that?
No. Somebody was saying that Mullen recruited better than Mullen, not Urban. That Mullen. Go ahead.
No, yeah. No, well, reality, I mean, I hate to be negative, but I mean, it's about the same.
What is the same?
For Billy Napier and Dan Mullen.
Well, the average, what I looked for 247, the average rating for this past year for Napier's first year was 92. I was looking at the last 3 years from Mullen. He didn't break 91. So is it night and day difference? No, I agree with that. And I want to say Mullen had a top 10 class, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
I think
twice he did.
Just the average rating was lower, though. He had a top 10
Right.
class. The average rating was still lower. But yeah, I
Which
think he did have a
which
top.
just means more 3 stars. That's really what that means.
Sure. So,
So
I mean,
the class average, I really do like. The class average is great. We also could have recruited a lot more players, though. I mean, what were we at? Like 22?
that was like 19. Once it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
all
It's
said and done.
it's way low, especially when you look at the transfers that are leaving. I mean, it puts us in a really dangerous spot. I mean, you can be happy all you want about it, and look, I like the class too, but at the same time, like the Imbo's like this isn't that good.
It was 20 commits. And compared to somebody like a Georgia and Bama at 26 and 28.
Exactly. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. And one thing I will give Billy Napier and the staff, I think the scouting and the evaluation of players has been very, 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 very well.
Sure. No, I agree with that. Something too, I mean, I kind of get where you're coming from, right? The frustration part of, hey, we didn't have a lot of commits. And this is something, again, I kind of was bringing up with the Mark Richt situation, right? And how he rolled into a pretty good situation at Georgia. Billy didn't roll into any situation at Florida, right? So, I mean, he's got a lot of work to do. I think that's where we keep dropping the ball, and we're refusing to acknowledge that there is a ton of work. It was messy as hell. All right, I use the analogy all the time at work. It's like, look, we got to make the room messy before it gets clean. The room was an absolute. We couldn't even open the damn door. The room was so messy, and I think that's what people. I mean, that's my thought process on it. Do you agree with that, or do you think that like people like myself are kind of blowing it out of proportion?
No, I do completely agree with that. I mean, if you look at the amount of transfers, I mean that's for a reason. I mean, it's to clean the room, so to speak. I mean, that's just how it is when you come into a new year. I mean. So that's one example, but yeah, I mean, I do completely agree with that. Like, we just have a lot of work to do, like a ton of work to do. And people that are already saying, because I've seen it everywhere, a few people, not everybody, but the fire Billy Napier train, the administrative staff and all that type of stuff. But yeah, man, it's gonna take like 3 years minimum to get this thing sorted out.
No, I couldn't agree more. And I think that's where people have to understand that it is going to take some time. It's going to, like you said, 3 years minimum is 100% right. Like the fire Billy thing, like we talk about it. It's like, how is that a thing already? How is that already a narrative? And it's like, look, I'm going to have Uncle Lou on next week because he keeps commenting on my stuff saying Billy's over his head. You got Daniel Riviera calling in saying Billy's over his head. So you got all these other fan bases claiming that Billy's over his head. And eventually you hear it over and over again, and then things don't go the way you think they should be going. Florida fans start to transition like, well, maybe he is over his head. Well, my question for Lou is going to be, why do you think he's over his head? Right? Where is the claim coming from that he's over his head? Why is that? I genuinely want to know. Like, obviously, I'm going to be biased here. I'm going to be bought in, but I'm willing to hear out why we think he's over his head. And if he is over his head, who do we go get? Who should have been the guy if Billy's over his head? Do you think that? Do you think he's over his head, or do you think that fans are just over panicking, like kind of what you're saying?
I don't think he's over his head, but I do see where people are coming from. And let's be real, they're Georgia fans, but most of them are, at least. But I see where they're coming from. I mean, if you look last year, the clock management was terrible. The offensive play calling was terrible. We still don't have an offensive coordinator. That's not a good thing. I mean, there are reasons to be doubtful. Like, let's not kid ourselves. There's definitely reasons to be doubtful. But there's also reasons to believe that Billy Napier can actually learn from his mistakes and kind of progress forward as a head coach and learn things. So I'm not bought out of Billy Napier, but I do need to see a big jump from him this year. I mean, like I said, multiple reasons why, but that's kind of just how I feel. I mean, I just think that he needs to kind of mature as a head coach, if that makes any sense.
No, I agree completely. Look, so I think the time management definitely was there was a few times where I was frustrated as well too. I wouldn't put that in the category of why he's in over his head. That to me is
right.
That you make those mistakes on a college football field or on a Pee Wee field. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, I mean, again, you can make it, well, he's over his head, so he's flustered, whatever it may be. I think he was trying to get a little too cute with it. I believe we hired an offensive offensive coordinator analysis, but just not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. So I think to me, because Daniel made the claim that he has an ego. Dan Mullen had an ego. That's why Dan Mullen was not successful. Dan Mullen thought that he was the man. I'm coming in here. You should be thankful to come play for me. I'm Dan Mullen. I'm him, right? And in that sense, in my opinion, Dan was a little bit over his head. He didn't have any respect for the role as head coach for Florida because he felt that, hey, I'm him. I'm Urban. You're not Urban, bud. Okay, you don't have the right to come in here and do that just yet. I think that I will say that Billy, in my opinion, doesn't come around. I call him Billy Ballsack, but I don't think he walks around with that mindset. You know what I'm saying? I think he's humbled about it. And so, yes, is there the things he has to learn and adjust to? Sure, but I think he at least has the ability and the understanding, like, hey, I can adjust. I'm going to get better. Versus Mullen didn't want to agree with the fact, like, yeah, I'm struggling. I need to make some adjustments.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Dan Mullen thought he could out scheme anybody with more talent than him, and he couldn't. I mean, that's just a simple fact. So
sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, when we talk about Billy Napier, I mean, I just need to see a little bit more. That's all. Just a little bit more as far as like, play calling and everything like that. Like I'm saying, I do still think that we need an offensive coordinator. I mean, I just do. The 2 offensive line coaches type thing, I mean, I'm not going to complain about it because we see a lot of production from the offensive line, and I'm not mad at that. So, I mean, if it's working, it's working. I'm not mad at it at all. It's mainly the passing game. And it's tough to say from 1 year with Anthony Richardson when we had a lot of high hopes going into it, and it just didn't work out. And I'm not just going to discount that as like a bad year or just that Billy Napier's trash. I'm not going to do that. But year 2, we kind of got to see something, especially if you're going to put Graham Mertz out there. I mean, we got to see some improvement.
That's what sucks too, right? Because I feel like with that situation, there's a lot of pressure on year 2. It's like, dude, it is Graham Mertz. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that's my quarterback. But it's like, I mean, dude, like, he's back in square one again. Look, I think Graham Mertz is going to do a good job, but he's right back into the situation where he's got to take a quarterback. He's almost got to start fresh to a certain extent, and it's his guys this year more than it was last year. So I do like that. But how critical are we going to be when we've got DJ Lagway, who is the quarterback that we've been looking for a very long time, a 5-star stud? This class is looking to be one of a top-tier class. If we can pull in Jarrett Gibson, Elijah Rushing, right? A few more 5-stars. Right now, we've got 2 top 30 players. I don't think we had 1 last year. We've got 2 already.
Yep.
Huh?
No, I was agreeing with you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So to me, the 2024 is already off to a hot start. And again, I think we keep putting a lot of pressure on this year, but it's like, look, I want to go 10-2. I think that's realistic, but I also know that, hey, like 8-4, 6-6 is probably a huge possibility as well too. You know what I mean? So all those things are still a factor because it's just this SEC is still solid. And then the year following, we got Texas and Oklahoma coming sliding in, dude. It's only going to get harder. And I think if we do what people were wanting to say and fire Billy, let's say at the end of next year, well, now we're going to probably have a quarterback that's going to leave in DJ Lagway. And then we got to start over. And now we've got the likes of Texas and Oklahoma who are finding their stride because they're bought into their coaches. You think we're at the bottom of the barrel now? Wait till Texas and Oklahoma come in and we basically bail out on Billy Napier. We're gonna be Vandy of the SEC if we don't simmer down for a little bit. That's my thought on it. We got to be patient a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it can happen quick,
real
quick. I mean, it really can. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. I'm outside. Loud truck going by. No, I mean, it can happen really, really quick. What I will say though, Will Levis and Graham Mertz had the exact same touchdown to interception ratio last year. That's pretty funny to me.
Look at Fish and Football bringing in some knowledge there. And Will Levis is the top 5.
19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, about the same completion percentage. And we're sitting here, and I didn't hear the show earlier where you were talking about Graham Mertz, but my opinion on Graham Mertz is, if anybody remembers watching Graham Mertz when he came in his true freshman year into Wisconsin, I don't know if anybody remembers it, but it was the COVID year. and Wisconsin was like 5-0, and Graham Mertz looked like an absolute dog. And he progressively got worse under that Wisconsin offense because the Paul Chris type thing, where it's run first down, run second down, throw third down, quarterback stuck in a terrible situation. And that was the whole ordeal with Graham Mertz that I saw. So I'm not saying that I'm high on Graham Mertz, but I'm just saying that people that are saying that he's trash already before even watching him is a little bit premature, and he will need to get better, especially playing in the SEC. Like, I'm not saying that at all. He needs to get quicker with his decision making and everything like that. But I'm just saying, Graham Mertz could surprise you people.
The love for Mertz has been pretty good in the chat and in the call-ins. The Gator fans are starting to turn the tide with Mertz. I think.
Well, yeah, but some of them don't even know why. Some of them just want to be, just cause, you know what I mean. And I'm trying to find reasons why.
Yeah, no, I was starting to watch this film a little bit, trying to see like, hey, how's his pocket presence? How does he look? How's his reads? Right? How are his check down throws? Like, what are some things that we struggled with last year? Like, we had the athlete back there, but we were missing a few things. And the things that I think that Billy's looking for, I think Graham fits those schemes. And that's something that I've been praising this entire time. Is like, look, I think he needs a system quarterback to fit his system and buys into what Billy's saying. I don't believe Anthony was doing that. That's not a shot on Anthony. That's not a jab. I think Anthony had his own mission. And I think that the two paths collided. And I think that's kind of where we were last year. That's my thoughts on that. But Fishing, I appreciate you calling in, big guy. I got some people waiting. And but always call in, man. I love it. I appreciate you, big guy.
All right, my guy. Good talking to you.
You too, man. Thank you. All right. Smalls, I feel like, you had your time, okay? You've already done this to me. All right. You tweeted at me. You clipped up, you smacking my ass. Okay. And now you want to call in on my Thursday night show. Monday or Tuesday wasn't good enough. You got to call in again. You're muted.
They're talking too much shit about my coach, man. I don't know if these guys really understand. When Urban Meyer left, he left, early on in the year. We had to find a coach. Then we had all these other coaches that came in. Muschamp did what he had to do, but then he also got fired early on. Dan Mullen, Mac, they came in. What happened with them? So we need a coach to at least stay 5 years so we can get a solid base of players, y'all, because we keep switching out coaches, and then, when you switch out coaches, you lose players. So that's my opinion. I like what Billy is doing with bringing in talent, not even if we don't land them. How much recruits have you seen Mullen and Mac bring in that were 5 stars? That were literal 5 stars that we had a chance with? It wasn't a lot of them. It wasn't a lot. So I really like what Billy's doing. Mertz is going to be a surprise, man. I've been saying that since we got him. If you look at his best games and what we need someone that can put the ball for wide receivers that they can catch. And we need wide receivers who can catch the ball. How much times did we see wide receivers last year drop the dang ball? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, inconsistently, Richardson could be better, right? But how much times third down he gets it there, drop? I mean, I was watching that guy on
it got there at 100 miles an hour, but yeah, I hear you.
But I mean, if they go into the league, they got to make that play, man. You got to make that play.
For sure.
That's why you're there. So I think with Mertz, you might just have a lot more running game. Hopefully our defense is better, boys. Look at our defense last year. Like, we can't act like we were that great when our defense didn't show up. If the defense shows up against Tennessee, we win that game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that the defense, in my opinion, is the one thing that it's a very young team. It's a young side of the ball compared to the offense. I mean, it's young, honestly, on both sides. Look, I feel like the defense was kind of finding its stride last year, so we'll see how it plays. And something between the hedges he says, good point, Smalls. Muschamp was over his head at UFC and at UF.
Yes. He was a coach over his head, Shelton. That's when we could really talk about.
Yeah, and that's kind of interesting, too, because I keep asking, why is Billy over his head? And I don't think people remember or realize this, but Billy got offered the job I think he got offered a job at USC, or they wanted him at first, and he denied it. He waited another year or so, and then ended up coming to Florida. So there was some patience there. And look, I think you're going to have to take that next step, right? But I actually was talking with between the hedges about this, like, hey, what is this? What are we talking when we say overhead, right? Because these guys know how to coach, but it's going into a big program, right? And it's handling the big boosters, right? It's handling the noise. It's handling the fans. I feel Billy has done a good job thus far managing all of it. to a certain extent. The Jaden Rashada situation, people would say he handled it like shit. That's a shitty situation that there's no book written on that yet. So how you handle it is you just kind of use your experience and get it over with, right? I think he did exactly that. But yes, Muschamp was honestly kind of just this young whippersnapper that had a ton of energy, did a great job of selling himself and selling himself like, hey, I can do this. And he's probably right, probably could, but not at the time. And it's kind of those situations where he may have placed himself there too soon. He overdeveloped himself. So now he'll never be able to go back into that.
Get back. But let me ask you a question, Shelton. Charlie Weiss was trash. Nussmeier was trash. Brent Peace was trash. I mean, he tried to bring in, quality, offensive coordinators. It didn't work. Like Billy's a quality offensive coach. That's what came with him. I also think that Florida has been good at now firing 3 coaches. So I just think it's something in the fans. They got Mac out of here. He's doing fake, saying that he's getting death threats. He's doing that shark stuff. Florida fans got him out of here. Mullen came in here, obviously couldn't do what he needed to do. Florida fans got him out of there. There was a lot of Twitter people talking for the whole year. They have a feeling in Florida that we can fire coaches, and that's not right. Billy's the one guy.
That's something powerful you said there, that Florida fans feel that they have this ability to make something happen. And unfortunately with that power comes great responsibility. And look, I think we believe it now. Well, I mean, I see the nastiness on Twitter of like, well, as a channel that's heavy with Gator stuff, it's fucking brutal at times, dude. Like Gator fans are ruthless.
Even the guys, everybody chime in on this if you can. If Florida Twitter did not go off on Marcus Stokes' situation, would he still be a Gator?
I don't believe so.
This is just looking at Twitter because it went crazy on Twitter, bro. It went crazy. That Stokes situation went crazy on Twitter. I love the kid.
Yeah, no, great kid. I think so the Gators, but I mean everybody was pushing it. So it's hard for me to say that the Gators caused it to happen. I don't know.
But do you feel the fans had some kind of percentage within that? Because that's what I feel. Because I mean, all the fans were creaming them. The beat writers were creaming them. Other players from other teams.
I feel like the media was worse than the fans, simply due to the fact that the fans were more kind of like I saw more fans defending than going against him. I want to say that the staff knew about it, but I think once it came public, they were like, "Well, we can't." Yeah, because everyone's looking at us, and I think what sucks is that was kind of held on Billy's head as well. I don't think Billy had the call on that one. I really think that was kind of top of the line. It's like, hey, it's like, hey, we can't have any of this noise here right now. We can't have that. So this is what people don't understand too. Like how I know I don't think that it was Billy, because I want to say that they were aware of it, but then once it got mainstream, it was like, hey, and here's another prime example of this. I went to Friday Night Lights and made this video at Friday Night Lights where I went into the locker room, flew the drone, did all these things, right? I didn't break any rules because everything was open. I can't think of his name right now, but basically Billy's right-hand media man reached out to me on Twitter and said, hey, how the hell did you get all this? And I was like, it was open. I just walked in. And he goes, well, hey, look, this may be like, you got to be careful. Like I don't know if this is going to be bad or not, but I'm okay with it right now, but I have to make sure that I'm on top of it and I'm aware of it. If it blows up, I need to hey, we may have to take it down. Right. That's kind of how I feel the same situation happened with Marcus. It's like, hey, this blows up. We're going to have to make some actions. But right now, but with my video, it never really took any further than that. So the same reason I kind of go with that as well is because the Albany coach gave him an offer, and then the president, all the backlash that came with it.
Yeah. He's like, we can't do this.
Yeah, we can't. The president's like, what are you doing? Like, you just basically just dragged we're an HBCU school. You just dragged us. So then they had to retract the order. That wasn't the coach. Because the coach was like, yeah, man, look, we're moving past that. No big deal. The president's like, no, look how people are responding to this. And so it's that, to me, that situation really frustrated me, because I'm like, this kid was moving past. You guys went to him and offered to him. You know what I mean? Like, he knows he made a mistake. I think we can all agree, like, yes, there was a mistake made. You suffered the consequences of that. Whether you agree with that or not, I'm not going to get into that. But the second time, I was like, you have now drugged this kid's name again because of your mistake. That coach, in my opinion, he should have been held way more accountable than he was.
Yeah, because you got to clear that. Yeah, you got to clear that and make sure it's okay before you offer him. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. So that to me was that was nuts. But I don't think it was the fans that had anything to do with that. That was media crazy. I mean, Team Z pick a thing up. That thing was everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
I was just looking for an example of where where we say in the last 24 months we really saw the fans push a decision, because I think they really look at it. You look at Billy not allowing a lot of people to come to spring game. That says something. You know what I'm saying? He's really trying to protect these kids right now, because I won't say they're more sensitive, but they watch social media. And
sure.
I mean, some people on Gator Nation, man, they have zero filter, bro. I don't know if they're just talking to talk so they can get likes or get people to, controversy, I guess. But these kids watch that too. I think we lost a lot of players over the last couple of years because the fans, bro. It's just the fans.
Unfortunately, like, it sucks, but negativity and bashing somebody else sells.
Yeah,
it
but
does.
we don't see Bama fans don't cream their players like
that. Because they're winning, Smalls, right? So if you're not winning, then it has to resort. Like, I mean, there's a situation right now. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter between Silk and Gator Dave.
Oh,
like,
yeah, man. Yeah.
We talked about it, right? Like, whoa, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, what's the reason behind this? You know what I mean? Like, it's like we're creating something that shouldn't exist. Because if Silk's like, hey, Gator Dave, great job, loved your content, nobody's gonna give two shits about it. That's a fact. But for the fact that he's questioning and calling out Dave, everybody's like,
whoa, yeah.
Like, what are we doing? I want to know. You know what I mean? And like, that's the world we live in. Yeah, that's the world we live in. So in a sense, we're all leeches looking for that next
controversy.
Yeah, the next controversy and being on top of it. And it sucks. But it's the world we live in, and you got to be ready to rock and roll. But look, I think the Gator fans, I think we impact recruiting.
Yeah,
I think sometimes good, but sometimes bad. I mean, I saw somebody wrote when after Jordan Hall when he committed to Georgia, like saying, "Oh, don't troll us, bro." It was fucking hilarious. I don't know if you saw me, but I watched it because I watched all of them. Walks in with the Gator bag. I'm like, "Oh, he's got a Gator bag. He's got a Gator bag," and then pulls the Georgia hat. Like, that's funny. We're your competitor. Yeah, shit on us. Yeah. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Like, and then people go like, "Oh, getting pissed about it." It's like, no. They don't.
But last thing, I don't want to keep everyone else's time, but I just feel
you're the one in here right now, buddy. No rush.
I feel like between us right now, if you look at Ron Zook's last year, then he finished like either 6 and 7 or something like that. He had a terrible last year. And Urban Meyer's first year, I'm not saying we have two different people, but just look at what Nape has done. So 6 and 7 last year, and not much of his guys. You look at the picture we were talking about the other day where they have 102 players that are in here that are willing to compete. This is a man that's been at Clemson. This is a man that's been at Alabama. I mean, we can keep going to where Billy Napier has been. And then if you look at the assistant coaches, they all have what it takes to not just recruit, but get these guys to the next level. I just don't want y'all to be saying so much crazy stuff, and then next year we go 11-2. Because Graham Mertz, if you look at his high school and you look at what he's been able to do when he's been protected, he makes passes, bro. And we got wide receivers. Do y'all see the wide receivers? So if we can block, give Trevor and Montrell, they need 75% carries per game. I'm with that. But then let Grant Mertz do his thing. Match passes right over the middle. I mean, we should have guys streaking wide open this year, y'all. It's gonna be crazy.
I think with the health of the running back room, the line that he's putting together, it's going to, like you said, Graham Mertz kind of hopefully flourish in that position. So I looked up the 2004 recruiting class, which was Ron Zook's last year. And I've been hearing this a lot lately, right? That Urban won with Zook's guys. So just kind of give you an idea. His first player was Derek Harvey, 5-star edge.
We know that name.
Yep. Brandon Seiler, 5-star outside linebacker. Kyle Jackson, Drew Miller, Cornelius Ingram. Know that name.
Know that name.
Let me see here.
Leak was there, wasn't
Mike
he?
Mangold. So that was his.
That's 04?
That's 04. 05, which is Urban's first year, is Ryan Stamper, John Demps, David Nelson. So no 5-stars for this first year of
When did
Urban.
Lee come?
Who?
Chris Lee.
Chris Lee. He had to have been there already. Probably
That's what I'm
03.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So I knew he was a Zook guy. So you look at any of like that 06 championship team.
Chris Leak was 03, 5-star.
You see what I'm saying? So Zook,
Andre Caldwell, Jarvis Moss, Joe Cohen, Chad, Reggie Nelson.
That's guys you know, baby.
Andy Webb.
Yeah,
Andy Webb.
That's guys we know. So I'm saying Zook was recruiting. You know what I'm saying? Urban did come in. He had that nice recruiting class with Percy, Tebow, Spikes. But you add those players with what Zook had. I mean, bro, it wasn't even fair. You see what I'm saying? So when it's just crazy. So I think Nape has that kind of ability with being able to mesh. Last year, he bring in a lot of guys, and then we have quality transfer portal guys, man. These are quality guys. So I won't be too surprised. I'm just holding all of my bags in until about week 3, and then we'll.
2005. This was or 2006. Urban had Percy, Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes, Jamar Hornsby. Let me see. Jaquiz Rickardson, Riley Cooper.
We know that name.
Yep. So.
And they all played. So I mean, it's beautiful. When did Urban leave?
2010 was his last year.
He was there that long?
Yeah, 05 to 10. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you see, it took Urban about 4 years, guys. You know what I'm saying? He did one with Zook's guys, then he lost the next year, then won the next year.
So 2011, that was Muschamp, right? Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
2011 was Muschamp.
So Jeff Driscoll was the quarterback. That was the number 1 draft pick. I don't remember Jacoby Brissett. Wow,
Matt Jones. Matt Jones was on that team. No, they came with Matt. No, Matt Jones should have been there.
I don't see any name. I don't recognize any of these names, dude.
And that's the problem. Because other than defense, remember, Muschamp, his offensive was not really.
Oh yeah, it wasn't it. Yeah. Dante Fowler. So 2020. Okay, so 2012 he had 3 5-stars: DJ Humphries, Jonathan Bullard, Dante Fowler.
We know all them names.
Marcus May, Matt Jones.
We know those names.
Who?
We know those names.
Matt Jones.
Because Matt Jones running back, right? 4-star.
It's just had athlete, but yeah, it was 4-star. But yeah, it doesn't have him rated as a running back on here.
Yeah, well, it was him being that running back. Remember, he had.
And then we were ranked 3rd, and then in 2013 we had Vernon Hargraves, dog. Alex knows the outside linebacker, dog. Kelvin Taylor,
dog.
Jesus Christ, my Alexa talk scared the shit out of me. You saw that, bro? I freaked out. Oh, Keanu Neal,
yeah, dog.
So
he got some players, man.
Yeah.
And then since that, those were the last couple 5-stars we had, right? Because all Mac did was he kept Tez, and he kept it was Ivy and somebody else, CC Jefferson. He was able to keep them in class, but those were Muschamp's guys.
2014, we had Tease Tabar and Will Greer. Oh, Will Greer, bro. What could have been?
Oh, what could have been?
What could have been,
Did you
bro?
see him with West Virginia and be like, man?
Oh, bro, I loved me some Mountaineers, bro. I remember watching them in their bowl game. My family went up to a north, and we were in this nice cabin up in the mountains with a Christmas tree with popcorn on it. And I go, put on some Will Greer, bro. Like I will never like. It's one of those moments that are just in my brain, right? It's like it's got a spot on the shelf of one of those just like potent memories that will always be there of just watching the bowl game, sitting on this leather couch in the mountains. It's like 20 degrees outside with little snow flurries. And my boy old with the hair coming out the back, Flintstone vitamin, Will Greer's just throwing absolute dimes for West Virginia. I was like, what could have been? You know what I mean? What could have been for the boys?
I watched that and get pissed off, bro. I used to watch that. I had to turn it off because he's straight. He's launching stuff and putting his hands in it. I'm looking at us like, what we got going here? Nothing. Oh.
Kills me. CC Jefferson, Martez Ivy was 2015. Those were the 2 5-stars we got. But yeah, man, I could go back and watch Will Greer highlights, dude. And in 2016, we didn't have any 5-stars. Felipe Franks was our 4th best player in 2016. This is, I think, when Muschamp took over, right?
Oh no, it wasn't Felipe Franks under Matt.
2017, no 5 stars. Ranked 9th overall. So that was technically we haven't had a 5-star this year. 2018, no 5 stars. This is Muschamp because Emory Jones is in this class. Kyle Pitts is in this class. Amari Burney, Richard Garage, offensive tackle, who obviously just went to the NFL. Jacob Copeland.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a top 50 player. A top 50 player in 2018.
And that's
we didn't have one. 2019, Chris Steele, Kariulam, who obviously is in the NFL.
Chris Steele didn't even come to campus, bro. He transferred. He was out of here. He didn't even play. That was the thing with Mullen. He was bringing in guys that didn't even play or couldn't qualify. Just
Chris
for
Bogle.
recruiting.
Chris Bogle. Did Chris Bogle?
He came, but I think he ended up transferring out. I remember that name.
Tyrone Hopper, outside linebacker.
Yeah, he just left last year.
Keon Zipperer, obviously he's still there.
No,
Second ranked tight end.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
Mohammed, who left.
Diabate.
Lloyd Summerall, he left. He entered. Naquan, he left. Michael Tarquin, he left. Jaden Hill's still there.
This is getting worse as you read that list.
Yeah, there's Kingsley down there.
Yeah,
I think I just saw.
Yeah, Egglecon.
Yeah. So damn, that's that 19 class that basically there's nothing left. Let's see what 2020. So Gervon Dexter, obviously he's gone. Wingo, that's the second best player.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Henderson. Yeah, Jaquavion Frazier. So Xavier Henderson, Jaquavion Frazier. So these guys are going to be starting this year, right?
I mean, Hendo was doing good last year too, though. You know, he had those couple.
No, I think Hendo's going to be great. I'm excited for Hendo and Jaquavion. Antoine Plow, he's playing. Princely, he's going to be that guy. So look, Kamari Wilkins, he left. Rashad Torrance, he left. Right. Avery Helm, he left. Jonathan Odom, tight end, he's still there, and Jeremy Crawshaw. That was probably his best pickup right there. Got to be honest with you, Jeremy Crawshaw.
Yeah, I'm talking about he gets them through there. But that's Florida, man. We get kickers.
Yeah, we do. We get them kickers.
Hey, Eddie P made it to the NFL. That's how you know.
That's how you know we them dogs. All right, so 21, we had Jason Marshall, cornerback. He's still there. Jeremiah Williams, he's no longer there. Tyreek Sapp still there. Corey Collar.
Sapp.
Del Rio, he left.
I think Collier left too.
Yep, he left. Marcus Burke, he's still there. Donovan McMillan. Marcus Burke left?
Didn't he leave? Might have to check the chat on that one, but I'm sure he transferred out.
It still says he's committed.
Oh, okay.
It's a junior. I just clicked on his name. I thought it was. I could be wrong. I'm looking at Donovan McMillan. I was kind of upset when he left.
I know.
Mergabill, he went to Colorado. DeJuan Black, Dejon Reynolds, he left. Justin Boone's still there. Great guy.
Dejon Reynolds. That's my bad. Dejon Reynolds was what I was thinking about. So it wasn't.
Dejon's gone. Yeah. Chief Borders, he's gone. Gage Wilcox.
Man,
he's not.
Chief is an ultimate hype man. I'm sorry. I was sad to see him go, but bro was so hype on the sideline all the time. I'm like, Chief, can we get in the game, bro?
And then Big Dez is in that class.
That's a good pickup, man. I still love him because
Jalen Kitna at the rear there. So then 22 was Billy's first class.
Okay, so before you do Billy's class, right? Look at those last 5 classes and look at how much of those guys either made an impact or stayed. It wasn't a lot.
Yeah, just Gervon, honestly, and Big Dez is still there. It's not. Yeah, the Jaquavion, Hinder, they're still there. Not many though.
So we're hitting on 1%, right? So that's like what? No, maybe more than that. It's 25 to 30 guys. About 5 of them maybe be successful. So how much was it percentage? Like 5%?
Very, 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 very low. Very low. And then I'm looking at, so right now we've got 2022, which is Billy's first year, which we talked earlier. I mean, he had a month, right? He had about 69 days.
How he snagged Kamari like that, y'all? They sleeping. This man went to the grocery store and got Kamari, y'all. It wasn't no regular business. Billy said, I need you, bro. Come on through. I need you. You see what I got back here? Come on through.
Went to the grocery store.
The grocery store. Got his mama on the phone. You see what I'm saying? Like, listen, they sleeping on Napier, bro. Every time you look, it got a recruiting weekend. We got 5 stars there. That was not happening against Mullen. Mullen had guys, like you said earlier, he was just like, hey, I'm the man. You see what I did with Dak. You see what I did with all these quarterbacks. You saw what I did with Tebow. They got a championship here because of me. Like, he was really living off that urban hype, man. I ain't like that.
So, okay, so here's what he did his first year, right? Kamari Wilson, top 50
With a
player.
month. 1 month, right? Okay, go ahead.
He signed him in February, so we'll give him 90 days.
Okay.
Because he did sign him in February. I remember that. Shamar James, linebacker, who made some strides last year, who's gonna be the dog. So
From
look,
Alabama.
freshman. So think about it, right? Like, those two guys are freshmen last year. Chris McClellan, freshman last year. So when we're talking about like who's these guys, Trevor Etienne, that was his fourth best player.
Come on.
Devin Moore, who was a dog. Devin Moore was making a statement last year saying like he could be the starter already as a freshman. So all four of these guys are starting next year, except Chris is behind Big Dez already.
Yeah, but Chris be making plays.
Tony Livingston, is he? He's not. He's not starting
he
yet.
He didn't play much. Yeah, he didn't play a lot.
No. Jamar Lyons, he's not playing much. Jack Pyburn.
Oh, bro.
He's second string. He's second string right now.
Gators fans, y'all better jump on that Pyburn.
That's gonna be that guy right there,
bro.
6'3", 265. He hitting cats, bro.
From last year, bro. He hitting.
Bro, he's gonna be he's gonna be a dog. I can't wait to watch him.
Bro.
Caleb Douglas, who I'm stoked about. Arlos Birmingham, stoked about.
About. All this just needed time, bro.
Jalen Farmer, he played okay.
He played a little bit. Yeah, he played okay.
But Miguel Mitch. Exactly. Miguel Mitchell. That doesn't ring a bell.
I can't remember him.
Probably plays special teams. Has him as an athlete. Christian Williams, inside offensive lineman, and then Max Brown, Trey Smack, Hayden Hansen, and then they had Ty Bowman, the wide receiver. Ty Bowman's in second string now, and he was a no star, mind you. And then in the portal, he obviously pulled Ricky Osiris, Jalen Montrell, Cameron Waits, who is now injured, and Jack Miller.
And then if you think about it, Waits before he got injured was really in place to be a starter this year. So it's very, very
which was his guy too from Ragin.
From UL. So I just
another
think,
big.
What's that? Almost 80% that we read off that list.
That are going to be the guy. Yeah, I mean, that's a way more success rate. I mean, again, it's his guy, it's his first year. So, but yeah, a way more healthy list for sure.
I mean, that's a good list already, man. We saw a lot of those guys last year play or get playing time, and that's good. So if he can do at least another good class, we got a good start with DJ. You look at that. What's the was it Bauman or what's the There's a guy, he's getting like super hyped up as far as in recruiting because Napier, we got to him first basically.
The tight end?
No, it's a running back because Georgia went to his high school.
Bowens?
It was Bowens. Okay,
Chauncey Bowens?
Yeah, bro. So, I mean, he knows how to get these players, man. We just got to get them on campus, get them to sign, get them to commit early like he did last year with a lot of the 23 guys.
George has been knocking on his door. We definitely need to get him in. Fishin says Keontae Goodwin is who I'm crazy nuts about. I am stoked to see him. Hey, Fishin, you said that your Smalls is low key disappointing you. Why do you say that? Jack Pyburn is your dark horse. You can't take my dark horse, Cody. That doesn't work.
Why you gonna take out? What you doing?
That's my dark horse. I've been having shower thoughts.
Whoa.
I'm claiming it. That's mine. Bro, go watch the commit last year when he committed. Go watch how hyped that was. He's mine. Nobody can take him.
Listen,
nobody can take him. Hey guys, if you're just joining the show, we're still hooting and holler. Make sure you guys call in, hang out with us. We're having a good time. So, Smalls, I appreciate you. Shelton went there. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and take what's mine. Okay, Eat the Dick Racing. Okay, if I call it, it's mine.
Listen,
so
I don't want no race like that, man. Okay, Pyburn, if you're watching, I do appreciate you, brother. Keep going.
I love it. I love it.
What's your starting three quarterbacks?
Hold on real quick. This guy keeps calling it. What's up, man?
Oh, he playing Fortnite? What are you playing?
I don't know. I've answered this thing like 4 times, and then he just sits there and does this, and then he doesn't say anything.
Sweet life and upside.
He created a new account. As I banned his account, it keeps spamming me. Like, you're not even saying anything, bro. Just stop it. I let you in.
But this is how you know you're a good man. You got trollers, so you're doing good. I told you.
Oh, God, it's just ridiculous.
So your quarterbacks next year. I got Mertz. I really like Max Brown, man. We actually stole Max Brown from Coach Mack at Central Michigan. So I think it's a really big thing that we have him. I think it'll be interesting to see how he develops this year. I know we all want DJ. You know, that's my guy. I'm calling him on just regular stuff.
Okay. All right.
All right, so that's my guy, man, DJ. But I mean, he still got to come in, get ready. Hopefully, he can put on some weight so we can just throw him in there. I mean, I think Mertz have a great year. We go 11 wins, and he goes to the NFL, bro. That's really what I feel. Yeah, because if we get 11 wins, that Mertz gonna ring his own card and go to New York. Because you know the media love Florida. You know that. You know this. Media love them from Florida. Especially when we're
lately, we'll see. Our starting quarterback isn't on campus yet.
Oh, they're talking about DJ. But what I'm saying is, you said it earlier. We got to win. So if we handle wins, like listen, we beat Utah last year. Everyone was on that Gator sack. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that week? Y'all remember that? That's us. That's been us. Okay, we the Gators. Y'all remember Rex Grossman? That's us. Okay, I'm just showing you though. That's how far back this goes. Y'all remember how Rex, who didn't care about nothing, he was just showing, and then they kicked him out of the Heisman show because he was too braggadocious.
So your boy Spicy, did you change your name, Duddles? He says media loves to hate us.
They hate us because they ain't us, baby. That's it.
They said no, they aren't talking about DJ. Who are they talking about then? Who are you guys talking about? Yeah, I think the media loves to hate us until we're doing well. Then they buy in. They don't love us like Bama. They always love Bama. They're always gonna ride Bama.
LSU too. I don't know what it is about them and LSU because they can't do no wrong.
Oh, spring portal. Okay, so you think we're getting another quarterback? That's what you guys. They don't think Mertz is the guy. They think that they're gonna go get somebody else in the portal.
But you know
there's
what?
There's still quarterbacks out there.
You have some smart fans though that they actually do their homework. I mean, he said that in the last interview he had. He's really looking for one more. So
yeah.
I mean, Billy got a plan, bro. That's what I'm telling y'all. Mullen had no plan.
That's my thing. Is like, look, I think he's working on building something. He's definitely has some hurdles to get over. But like you said, we can't just keep burning through coaches. It's not going to take. And look, I think I was talking with Fishing where we got Oklahoma and Texas coming in. We can't afford to reset again. We have to just power through with what's going on. We got Texas money coming in to compete with this shit.
That's right. And they got their own TV station.
It's about to be a dog fight, bro.
But if we do this right, those teams are not coming with no defense. They have not experienced the SEC week in, week out. You're gonna get punched in the mouth.
Sure.
So I'm just saying, like,
but I think, but here's my thing. If you're Texas, right? Hey, CJ, call in. I see you kind of talking some jazz. Call in, bro. Links in the description. Let's get you on here. Yeah. Texas, though, I think them being in the SEC is going to be massive. They already pull whoever they want. I mean, you saw the recruiting class, top 3 this year.
They got the number 1 running back from Florida, bro. Well,
massive.
The number 1.
No,
was it in Florida or just
last year? Cedric Baxter.
Yeah,
Cedric Baxter.
Yeah,
he was the number one running back. Yeah, I believe you're right. Yes.
Yeah,
or number 2. He's like 2 or 1. 2 or 1.
But he was the number 1 in Florida for sure. And that sucks.
Let me look. I think I even want to say that they had the number 1 wide receiver as well. I could be wrong.
But no. But you're right. But what I'm saying is that goes into what you're saying with them being able to pull anybody from anywhere. And then when you're actually looking at it, they can now sell like, hey, we're gonna be playing in the.
He was the number 1. He was the number 1 running back in the country. So yeah, he was the number 1 running back, and they had the number 3 wide receiver. Sorry, so they had a 5-star linebacker, running back, quarterback, and wide receiver from this class. That class that I just said right there is going to be in their sweet spot when they come to the SEC. Arch Manning is going to be in his prime when they show up in the SEC. It's going to be fun.
No, he ain't. He ain't ready for that speed, bro. He's not.
So hey, look, maybe like I think I talked about when Arch, like, why didn't he go to Georgia, right? Like, why didn't he go to the SEC? But maybe he saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah, because he gonna get popped, bro. Listen, did you see how he his play that they always show where he runs into the end zone? That is the slowest safety I've seen in my life. Okay, and not only that, safety was slow. He had no drive to go hit this man. Man, if you don't lay this dude out, like if he comes to the SEC, I'm sorry for Arch. Ain't gonna be none of that running, none of that. How you feel about that, Uncle Ryan? You a fan or no?
That's the other guy. He keeps calling back in, bro. He's
Dang
killing me,
it.
dude.
Dang it.
Trolling my eye. He kept creating like 19 accounts. I don't mind if you want to say something, but just don't sit there in darkness, freaking me out. All right, real quick, hold on. So they said OU and Texas are clear for 2024. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
originally it was 25, but I'm pretty sure it got they're paying $100 million penalty.
Yeah, but Texas got their own channel, and that's a package deal, man. Oklahoma, Texas, that's a package deal. They're coming with their own revenue. They're coming with their rivalry game. Texas got their own money. And you know the SEC, we sign bags on TV every year. So we might just, hey, we'll go ahead and help y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because we know y'all going to bring us more money. It's
Yeah,
the SEC, baby.
they'll take that penalty. Yeah, for sure. Look, I mean, the SEC has always been that dog. It's now just it's the SEC and everybody else. The SEC is now the farm system for the NFL.
Yeah, NFL Development League. Yes, sir. That's right. I believe in that.
Hey, Duddles, call in, bro. Your boy Spicy said it's been said by many, Coach Napier is a process guy, not lighting in the bottle, which I refer to Tennessee all the time. People just need to sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Bro, it's gonna be so good, show. Like I feel it. I feel it like we had Herb here again. Like y'all don't understand. When we saw Nate in that interview, he looked so relaxed, bro. He looked like, listen, if y'all know what I know, we have 105 guys. We only need
Fishing, call back in. Fishing's not having this conversation. Fishing,
Why?
just call back in.
Come on in.
Call in. Quit with the comments. Just call in. This is what the show's for. He's saying stop it. The SEC wouldn't pay for shit for them. I don't think he's liking your thoughts on this. I like having.
Is the SEC not a revenue league? The SEC is about money, bro. And you got two of the historically money franchises in college football.
Edie Dick says everyone's hyped in February. Look, this is what I love because this is fun because it's what else are we gonna do? It's just we just talking shit. And I think they noticed, the SEC noticed that they're like shit happened in like 7 days. Like nobody's talking about college football.
We need something.
Hey, real quick, off topic. And I want the chat to confirm or deny this, and you can as well. So obviously LeBron, broke the all-time scoring record just the other night. I think it was on Wednesday or Tuesday night. I can't recall. I think it was the night we were playing Madden.
Yeah. Big Laker fan, man. Yeah. So it was that night.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were pumped about that. And so to me, though, I feel like we've been hearing, obviously the GOAT debate is back onto the table, and that's been exploding over the news. But I feel like the coverage for the Super Bowl has been very mid. Am I crazy?
No, bro. The NBA is strategic because you see what I'm saying? The NBA, not only with that LeBron thing, but their trade deadline is right now. How do they set it up in the midweek of Super Bowl week? That's what I'm telling you.
Typically the Super Bowl is last week.
So the NFL is trying to get in their money.
I don't know if the NFL maybe messed up because they moved it back, but yeah. So the trade deadline has been massive news today with Kevin Durant. Like I feel like the NBA has been, and I mean I don't watch the NBA as much as I used to anymore. It's been a little disappointing.
But you got to tune in. I got to see what's going on.
But I'm like, what? I'm listening. Like what? You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm ready to talk about it. So it's crazy. I'm like, my shit's been flooded with NBA stuff. I don't watch.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't. No, not Twitter. Like I'm talking like everywhere, and I don't watch nor like NBA stuff for it to be in my funnel. But I think it's just so big right now that it is. Everyone's like, it's all the talk is MJ. Nobody's talking about the Eagles and the Chiefs. That's kind of here he is. Look, I want to know in the chat. Do you guys feel the same way? Maybe just my timeline has been clogged up, right? And hey, we'll do this. I know we're a football channel, but we'll talk about this too with MJ being the GOAT and LeBron. I think we've got a nice slew of opinions here. We can do that in a minute. But Fishing, let's get it off your chest, big guy. Where's the beef coming from, my guy? Fishing, can we get the sunglasses, bro? Can we get the face? You got a good setup.
Yeah. Can we see the face, bro?
You got a podcast setup, Fishing. He's got his own channel. Promote the son of a bitch, bro.
What's up, Fishing?
Yeah, you had to give me a minute, but can't do that for I can't do that for you.
Okay.
No, I mean, there's no beef. I don't like the glitter gator bullshit. That's what I don't like.
But you haven't given him enough time to not be glitter. You see what I'm saying? Like Shelton said, he only had 1 month. You see what I'm saying? He came in and got Kamari. Well, that's a 5-star. So I'm just saying, give him some time. Year 3, I'm on it. Shelton know how I talk, but I
Talking
can't.
about last year with Kamari.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I didn't expect us to go crazy and win a lot of games last year. That wasn't in my bag.
I mean, I didn't either. Yeah,
exactly,
no,
exactly. So we beat Utah. Hey, that's great. That was my Super Bowl, bro. I enjoyed that.
I didn't expect to lose to Vandy either, though.
Well, listen, it happens. I agree with that. Or Kentucky, or Tennessee. So I mean, it's Florida,
Tennessee,
bro.
I think we should have expected. So, Fishing, I feel like you were always on the show a lot, and I know you started your own show as well too. So
I'm I'm very realistic. Like I see things for what they are, and I call it out. Like the hopefulness. Like I like it. Like I understand it, but it's like I said, it's glitter gatorous to me.
When did you start watching?
I love
Florida?
it.
When did you start watching Florida?
Hold on, real quick. Anytime you can put like a little, a description to what somebody's doing, you automatically win the argument. When you call it like I can't argue with glitter gator. Like what the fuck am I gonna say to that?
But
you know what I mean? Like it's showstopper.
This is what I look at, Shelton. Right? Even though he said that. How long have you been watching Florida football, Fishing? Like
I've been watching since 2012, but I mean, that doesn't matter.
It does matter a lot because again, when
it doesn't.
Matters a lot.
It
matters a lot because again, I watched Urban come in here when no one said he can do it, and he won a championship, bro. And again, he didn't use
the same one saying that McElwain could do it too.
No, what did he hear what we said about?
What about Muschamp? I mean, how were you feeling about those two? Well, let me
answer your question. So for Muschamp, I didn't like Muschamp because again, he's a defensive coordinator. We didn't need that. We didn't need someone in here to push defense. But hey, they brought him in under what? Then they got rid of him and brought Mac. Why would I want someone like Mac? Look at his teeth. But anyway, all I'm saying
when Mullen came in, I thought Mullen was going to be the savior. I thought Mullen was the answer to everything.
I think everybody did.
Yeah, bro. When Mullen got hired, I was like, we're fucking back. Everyone go to sleep. We're back, and obviously we weren't.
We learned what Mullen really was, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a finesser, guys. He's a finesser. He can talk.
Look. So, Fishing, you've been watching since 2012. So, you saw the end of Muschamp then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you both were going. So I couldn't know who.
Yeah. That's when he ended.
Okay. Yes. That's when he ended. So you keep. Okay. So you're saying you're realistic. So what are you comparing it to then, Fishing? Like, what is your and like I love that mindset. Like I agree. I can be very overly optimistic. The reason I'm also optimistic because I grew up in a Gator family. So my mom, dad, all these guys, Gators forever. They're very pessimistic Gator fans. I remember when we were in 2006 and 2008 when we won the Natties. They're like, oh, they're gonna do what Gators always do and lose. That's always been. That's always been their mentality for Florida, right? So there's a fan base there, and I think for me, I've always been the opposite of that because I was surrounded by it growing up. And so, look, I can see where myself and you're watching me can get a little annoying because I am over optimistic about it. But that's how college football is. I think from year to year, it can change very dramatically. Go ahead.
Well, that's the great thing about college football. It's all subjective. Everybody has their own opinions, and every opinion matters. And I love every opinion. I love hearing it. I love arguing with it, and all that type of stuff. Where I have a problem with it is when people think, and this is not directed towards you, Smalls, not completely. I
don't care. I got to deal with it from Shelton and.
No, I mean, it's not directly. I mean, it may be, but because I don't know how you feel.
Speak, bro. Just speak.
Yeah, you're hitting your feelings here. We're talking football, babe. Let's go.
Yeah, but people that think people that think every single hire is going to be a great one, every addition is going to be a great one, that type of thing. Like, I just don't have any patience for it. Like, I actually like look at who's successful and who's a big addition to like actually making this thing work, because it just hasn't worked in the past.
I understand where you're coming from.
So I hear what you're saying. So I here's where I disagree with that. Every hire, there should be a sense of excitement and
there is. Yes.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, yeah, there's always excitement in a new hire. Always. No matter who it is. It doesn't matter. There's always excitement.
And you're saying that there shouldn't be?
No, I'm not saying there shouldn't be, but when you're so excited about a hire and it turns out to be a dud, and then you say that he was trash, like I had no faith in that at all, and then you just recycle that same type of thing, and then if Billy Napier's fired in 2 years from now, people are going to say the same thing, that we're very, very high on him right now. I mean, it's a recycled process. It's like, look and examine what you're watching right now, and take an educated, like literally, like take an educated look at what's going on and determine if what you think is gonna it's gonna be successful or not.
I can see that.
So
But Fisher, let me
I
ask you a
don't.
question. Do you feel that this is the same team we're bringing back next year? It's not the case. We lost like 35 players.
Well, no, of course
So,
not. The transfer
but
portal is a whole different it's a whole different scenario.
But
Of
that's
course
what I mean. So you're bringing all this hate and stuff from last year on a totally different team, and you're still holding these kids accountable that are here trying to make a difference. So I
Well,
get it.
let me go ahead and say this right now, and I'm gonna sound really, really sour, and it's not gonna sound good, and nobody's gonna like it.
You're good.
And none of y'all or anybody in the comments. Florida will probably go 7 wins max next year.
And if we don't, are you gonna eat crow? Are you gonna come back on here and say that you
Yes,
were
you
wrong?
will. Yes, you
That's
will.
all
Sir,
I
I
want.
have a YouTube channel, of course.
No. I don't care about that. I'll come and watch you, but I'm just saying, when we win more than that, are you gonna come on here and say you were wrong? Because that's what I'm saying. 35
Sir,
guys are not there.
Well, I mean, I heard people saying that we were gonna win 8 games last year.
But that's last year.
Actually, scratch that. I heard people saying that we were gonna win 10 last year.
I did.
And I don't see any of them.
But again, how? Where did they get?
Hold on. Let me address two
And like I
things.
said, hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying that that's you. I'm not saying that that's you. I'm just
But
saying.
I did say that.
I'm trying
I
to
did say they were
understand
gonna win
y'all,
10.
bro, because I've been seeing
But,
that on Twitter all year. So
I'm not lying. I did.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
real
like,
quick.
how?
So hold on, real quick.
Crazy.
I don't think there was excitement when Billy initially got hired. I don't think that people were like, "Oh, we're saved." Not at all. Not at all with Billy. I think people were like, I think when Billy got hired, that was this. What the fuck is Billy Napier? And I had to do some research and figure out. Yeah, for real. I'm over here watch. I'm trying to watch film. I'm watching film on Billy. Like, how's he look on the sideline? Okay, all right. He looks cool. He looks collected. How'd he be doing at ranging occasions? Okay. He had some winning seasons. Bro, ain't nobody was fired up when Billy stepped in. When Mullen came in, I swear to God, Mullen came in, bro. I got butt naked, got a Mullen top on my shoulder. Ain't gonna lie. Okay, I was fired up. I thought guy was gonna save the show. Billy did not do that. Where I've got excited on what Billy's been able to do in his first year. Look, 6-7 sucks the record. To me, and I talked with Eat a Dick Racing about this just the other day because he was like, "Why are you so bought in?" I was like, "Look, I understand when people are frustrated. When you look at the resume in a snapshot, you lost at Kentucky, Vandy, Tennessee, FSU, and LSU and Georgia, right? Disastrous." Absolutely disastrous. The Vandy game, in my opinion, is the only one that was a bad loss. It is what it is. The rest of them, they weren't bad losses. Tennessee should have been in the playoffs. They shot themselves in the foot. Okay. LSU should have went to the playoffs. Shot themselves in the foot. Georgia won the national championship. FSU could have been in an ACC championship if they didn't blow their load against NC State and Wake Forest. Okay. They should have easily won those games. Kentucky was a bad loss as well too. The Kentucky, I feel like we should have won those. So we win Kentucky, we win Vandy, right? Which we did. I understand that. We are now that's 2 wins. It's 8-7 because we got destroyed in our bowl game. So I am looking at it from an educated side. Like, oh, look, what was also going on around us and what Billy walked into wasn't that bad.
And
wasn't that bad
when did the guys stop buying in? Because that was a big thing too. Players stopped playing. You know what I'm saying? No one wanted to talk about it.
That's not true.
No, I disagree, Smalls. I honestly think that Billy did a great job of having guys bought in. Now, I think the Vandy game, I think they were already looking to FSU, but I don't think they quit on Billy. And that was another thing that I loved about Billy. And even Chris Dorian came on the show and said the exact same thing. He goes, nobody quit on him. They may have been ready to go and they knew they were leaving, but nobody quit on him. Okay. When I saw 1,000 times the year before that, nobody was playing for Mullen, and that's why he got fired basically during the middle of the season because they're like, you're not even doing anything anymore. Nobody did that to Billy.
When did you have that show, Shelton? Let me go back.
The Chris Dorian show?
Yeah, I think I missed that one.
It was after the Niners. It was after the Niners. It was after the Niners game. The Niners when they played when they lost in the playoffs. So whatever day that was. It was that night. It was a Sunday night.
take yourself back to that moment in the season, and think about your mindset about the whole team and the program. Like think about that.
If you want to know for me, Fisher, I
Because
had no
people's mindset
expectation.
and everything changes week to week. Like
I had no
preseason, it
expectations.
changes.
I had none.
Week 1, it changes.
So hold
Quarter
on,
of the way into the season, it changes.
Let me ask you a question, because you said you started watching Gator football in 2012. So who were you watching before that?
I didn't watch any football before that.
Okay.
Well,
so
I watched football, but I didn't get immersed into football. But once I got immersed into football, I've been all in ever since.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not questioning. I'm trying to get like an idea of kind of like where has your thought process started with this, because I think a lot of Gator fans, again, I had a video where I came out about this where like we expect to win every year, when if you go look back at our last 10 years, Florida's been very mid. Like we kind of we take shots at Miami and FSU about being mid. Florida's been mid. That's a fact. If you go look at the data, it's been
and I've seen those videos and they're absolutely correct.
Yeah, it's been horrendous. Okay. And so that's why if you take a look, when you say, hey, make an educated look at what happened last year, Tennessee was phenomenal last year. The best they've been in I don't know how long. The best they've been since homeboy with the big forehead was their quarterback. I can't think of his name right now.
With the big forehead.
I know who you're talking about.
The alien.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Josh
Dobbs.
Dobbs. Yeah. So that was, again, one of their kind of like a year in the lightning years. You had Will Levis, who's going to be a top 5 draft pick, with a great offensive coordinator at Kentucky who is now gone, with Chris Rodriguez, who's a phenomenal running back, who's probably going to be not a top first round draft pick in the running back, but he'll go to the NFL for sure. Could have some success, right? On top of LSU, Brian Kelly didn't come into LSU with just dog water. Ed Orgeron kind of got the boot a little too soon, to be honest with you. I don't think Ed Orgeron had longevity in him, but they did it. Honestly, they hired Ed Orgeron at the right time because we should have hired Mullen. We should have fired Mullen at that same slot. We kept Mullen 1 year too long. They fired Ed at the right time. But I could have seen it going one more year. So what's like Brian Kelly?
Let's not get into that. That's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That's a rabbit hole.
That's too much. But like it was like Brian Kelly just walked into some like sticky situation. They won the Natty 2 years ago when Brian Kelly.
LSU has top talent every single year. It doesn't matter
who, bro. They own the state of LSU. They own the state of LSU or Louisiana. Excuse me, I'm an idiot. And obviously Georgia's Georgia. Okay, which we played very well against. And FSU, after being the armpit of Florida for as long as they were, Norvell has done a good job to that point, back-to-back years in the portal. And yeah, they finally got their fucking shit together and still barely won. All these games were just were a 2 or 3 play difference where Florida wins the football game. I said the same thing for South Carolina last year. South Carolina, in my opinion, had the ability to go 10-2 or 6-6. That's or 11. No, 10-2. It's 12 games, not including a bowl game. And obviously they went 6-6, and they're going to be nasty this year. They're going to be something to be reckoned with, in my opinion.
I know.
Have y'all noticed thing with South Carolina?
Say that again. Fiction didn't come through.
Say what?
Say that again. What did you say about South Carolina?
No, I was saying, have y'all noticed anything about South Carolina when they go for the end of the season?
They get
pretty much bowl season.
They get better, man. They get better to the end of the year.
Well, they get better. Yes, they get better, but Shane Beamer brings out the gimmicks. Shane Beamer finds a way to win. Like Shane Beamer brings out all the stops. Like Shane Beamer don't bullshit. Like he'll play wide receivers at quarterback. I mean, he'll do all that.
But he get that from his dad, though, bro. It's hard. Virginia Tech.
He doesn't do it all season, but then he does it in the bowl game. It's like he wins 7 games a year, 8 games a year, and then at the end of the year, he just pulls that stuff out pretty much out of nowhere. It's like, where did that come from?
I think. Look, if you think Billy's gonna do that, you're crazy. Billy keeps it. Billy keeps it vanilla. I've said that. Look, this is why I think what Coach Prime. I love what he's doing. I compare Beamer and Coach Prime, the same type of just spicy personality. I love me some Shane Beamer. Yeah,
he's super cool, man.
Oh, we're bumping now, boys. I mean, this is a party.
What's up?
All right, you're not in the.
Hey,
you're
what's up, my boy?
Am I live?
Yes, sir. You in here?
Yeah, you're live.
All right. So I want you to look up something real fast. It's the schedule.
What is this, fucking Burger King? Have it your way,
Well,
Cody? Just coming on my show
yeah,
and just start
it
bossing
is.
me around?
I mean, when you run a famous channel like what I got.
What am I looking up?
All right, look up Florida's schedule.
I can't believe this guy comes on again and shameless plug
I know
his
the
channel
schedule.
again.
Let's go. I know the schedule. Let's go.
All right, from Georgia to LSU, it's Georgia, Arkansas, LSU. Now we don't know where the bye is, correct?
Yes.
That's when
usually
you
before,
know.
It's before Georgia. No, it's before Georgia. It's South. It's before Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to we have Jacksonville, Georgia. Then we have Arkansas at home. It's going to be grueling, and then we got to play LSU night game. It's going to be a night game. It's going to be rowdy. The Cajuns are going to be drunk. That's when I know if Billy's the guy.
Well, we play LSU at home.
No, we don't.
Of course. No.
No, it's at Baton Rouge, at Death Valley.
Okay.
If we make it out of that stretch without total collapse, that's when we know if Billy's the guy.
I can see that. Because this would be him with
I don't really buy into that. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I just don't.
Because
really
who comes up next? Because listen, you got to go to Missouri. It's going to be a noon kickoff. It's going to be cold. You're going to be treading water, just trying to stay healthy. Somebody's going to get hurt in that grueling SEC triple header. Then you go up to Missouri, a team that we always struggle against, and then we got FSU at the end. So that's 5 games. If you go 0-5,
Michigan.
Huh?
How about if we play Michigan in a bowl game? We're going to struggle then too.
No.
I don't care about bowl games.
Missouri gave us trouble, bro.
Well, you don't care about bowl games. Well, bowl games.
No, we're trying to make it through the season, bro. I'm talking the season.
Yeah,
I'm not talking a bonus bowl game. So if we listen though, real fast, if we make it through that 5-game gauntlet and we're 0-5, I think, boy, it's not looking good for Billy.
Well, that's not going to happen.
That'll be a tough stretch then.
You don't think that could happen?
So hold on.
We're not going to be 0-5.
Hold on. I'm going to mute you real quick, Cody, just because the background noise is a little much. I'll unmute you in a second, Cody. Hold on. All right. So because he's saying we got Georgia, Arkansas, LSU, Missouri, Florida State. Obviously, I hope
the later stretch of the season. Right.
Yeah, that's the last half. I mean, look, if we're looking at before that, we got Utah. That's a flip of a coin. McNeese State, we should win that. Tennessee, flip of a coin, in my opinion. Charlotte, W. Kentucky, a W, I believe. Vanderbilt, W. South Carolina's gonna be a tough one this year as well. So then, yes, he's saying that the last 5 are gonna be some dogfights. Georgia's gonna be a dogfight. At Arkansas is gonna be a dogfight. At LSU, and what he's saying, if we're 0-3 at that point, going into Missouri, it could get slippery. And then we've got Florida State, which that game is a 50-50 toss up in my opinion. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Exactly.
I think we're putting a lot. I don't think, regardless of what happens next year, I still don't see Billy going anywhere. I don't really care how.
No. I'm saying as a fan perspective. So
we're gonna lose our
pitchforks.
We're gonna lose our shit. Yeah. It's gonna be a bloodbath. Fish and football is gonna come on here and be yelling at me for sure.
Well,
they're going to come out with pitchforks. I'm just saying, that shows me the direction of the team. If we're 0-5 in that stretch.
All right, so Cody, give me what would you be okay with in that stretch? I'm gonna Fish and give me your thoughts too, and then Smalls.
I think you don't necessarily have to beat Georgia. You got to keep it within a touchdown. We can't do what we did last year. That's not going to work.
Just answer the question, Cody. I need a record.
Okay.
What's the record?
You got out of those 5. You got to get 4 wins.
I was thinking 3-2, 4-1. What do you think? What do you think, Fishin'? You're thinking 1-4, aren't you?
Oh my God. Well,
what are you thinking?
I'm expecting. Well, I can't. It sounds like a plane is taking off.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cody, I gotta let you go, Bubba. It's too noisy, man. Go somewhere quiet. Cool. Call back. All right, buddy. It's like a damn codes. It's like a damn factory. Hey, we got someone else. I'm going to add Michael Abbott. What's going on, Michael?
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, buddy? Hey, we were just, Fishing's getting his thoughts out. I don't know if you could hear with all the noise, but what's your thoughts on those final 5 stretch that we were just talking about there? How you feeling about it? Are you a Gator fan? I guess this would be a good question to start off with. I'd imagine if you've been here for this long. Yeah.
Here, can you flip the camera? I wish I could show you. Yeah, so I live in Gainesville. I'm from Gainesville.
Okay, good shit. Hey, are you going to the event this Saturday?
No, I work on Saturday. I work at Longhorn Steakhouse. So
excuses. Okay, continue as you were.
It is. My dad worked at UF for 15 years. I grew up going to games and stuff, meeting all the players and shit. So it was a pretty cool life growing up. But yeah, we always tapped into the Florida Gators, man, no matter what's going on.
I love it. So talk to me. How you feeling?
So the last 5 games. Sorry, I just got off work. I just got home, so I just tabbed in. I didn't get to join the live the other night, so had to join tonight. Last 5 games. So Georgia, obviously, Georgia's that tough game that we talk about every single year. Toss up. It just kind of depends how those first 6 games go. But toss up. But we give the hand to Georgia if we give the hand to Georgia. Arkansas at home. Another one of those, like F for Fanatics was saying, tough game, grueling game, but I like Florida. I like Florida at home. It's a good game. In Death Valley, Lord have mercy. I love playing in Death Valley, but that's another one of those toss-up games. And determining how the Georgia and Arkansas game goes will kind of determine how that LSU game goes. And then that rolls right into that Missouri game. If we can roll. If we lose to Georgia, beat Arkansas, LSU, I think we roll through Missouri, and then there's a lot of firepower going into Florida State. So to keep it short, 4-1.
This is what I have. I have a problem with this. This is what I have. I have a problem with this.
Go ahead. We love it. I love it. I think it's
a 50-50. It's a toss up. We lose to Georgia. Come on.
I'm just saying. I hate to say it, but man, 2 national championships.
Well, then say it. Then say we're going to lose to Georgia.
I can't
say it. Say it. I mean, it's true.
I can't say that, man.
I can't say that.
Yeah, you can because you know what's going to happen. I mean,
Treon
at some
Georgia,
point we
bro.
have to be real with
Georgia
ourselves.
lost to Treon Harris, bro. Come on, are you kidding me? Come
Brother,
on, bro.
do you see the Georgia recruiting
Harris,
classes?
bro.
Do you see these recruiting classes? Don't talk to me about this.
Mark Rick brought in top 5 classes every year. Mark Rick been doing that, bro. And we
Don't see.
Come on, bro.
Are you a Georgia fan or are you a Florida fan?
Are you a Georgia fan? That's what I need to ask you. What is your allegiance, bro? We can't even see your face, bro.
Brother, do you see these recruiting classes?
Hey, one at a time.
Hold up, go ahead. I'm trying to hear. I'm trying to hear y'all. Look, people yelling at me, bro. They don't like me.
No, listen, look.
Y'all can't let that dude do that.
People don't like me because I'm speaking the truth, bro. They don't like me.
How, bro?
No, hold on.
When we won 2 championships in 3 years, and Georgia had the #1 recruiting class, what they do?
The past is the past, bro. The past is the past.
Exactly, is the past, bro. It's a new season, bro.
Yeah, look, I think that.
Exactly. And Florida doesn't have the talent that Georgia has. It's a fact.
Look, hold on, real quick. Here's why I think the Georgia game, no matter what, in my opinion, it's like the Florida State game, will always be a toss-up. I don't care who's coming in with what's going on. It's always going to be a toss-up just because it's Florida, Georgia. When Uncle Lou was on this past year, he said, yeah, look, Mark Rick didn't do a good job of preparing for that game. He goes, Kirby Smart does a good job of preparing for that game. However, it's still Florida, Georgia. And the game almost got close. It got interesting when it shouldn't have been. And now you're losing Stetson Bennett. Look, Georgia's going to be rolling into that game undefeated. Fact. How Florida rolls into that game is what's going to determine that game being 50-50. So right now, for him to say it's 50-50 isn't that crazy. And again, this is why college football is so exciting, because it does transfer from year to year. I don't think you're wrong, Fishing. I know what you're saying. You're being realistic. I understand where Smalls is coming from. I can't sit here like, yeah, we're going to lose that game. Like, why the fuck do you wake up on Saturday morning if I'm going to believe that?
Shelton, if we look at the history of college football, rivalry games count. Everything goes out the window. That's the history of the game.
Yeah, no, I
You know
agree.
what
That's
I'm
what I was
saying?
saying. When you can't put that game doesn't nothing prior to that game matters. Same thing with Florida State.
Because that's why they go to those schools. They go to Georgia to beat Florida. They go to Florida to beat Georgia. They might not be more hyped anymore else than that game.
All right, go ahead. We'll let Fish and go.
When was the last time that Florida beat Georgia as an underdog?
As a what? With
As
Treon Harris at quarterback.
With Emory.
He only threw like 3 passes and they ran the ball.
That was like 3 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago.
No,
it wasn't that long ago.
I'm telling you, like, listen, we're not scared of Georgia, bro. They doing what they do. Mark Richt been doing this for 20 years.
Oh, that's right. We went with Kyle Trask. You're right. That was 3 years ago.
Look at Treon Harris.
Do you actually think with the landscape of college football right now, with the NIL and everything, and the talent gap that's going on right now, do you actually think that Florida can actually beat Georgia?
Bro, do you not
like on any given Saturday? Is that what you think?
Fishing, do you see the 105 guys that we have just chilling on campus right now that play football, and they all can play?
105 guys. Who?
You say you're a Florida fan? You ain't see that?
I think right now 8 out of 10 times Georgia wins, but I only need the 2.
I would say 9 out of 10.
You could say 9 out of 10 too. I only need 1, and I just need it to be on that Saturday that we play.
Fact.
So you can have your 9 times as fact.
But as fact, my whole point is, look, and this was my whole point the whole time. Florida fans think that we are right there next to just beating Georgia, and it's not the fucking case.
No, I don't believe that at all. That's why I said we're going to lose. We're going to lose. We're going to lose 9 out of 10 times. We're not at the same level of Georgia. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. No,
but
I'm
hard to say not having a quarterback.
I know you, Shelton. I know you know that.
Not knowing who.
But some of the viewers think that we will just be back to normal. Like, be back to greatness.
No, Fishing. What I'm saying is, in college football, and you could just call my name. I'm right here. Right? I seen Jarvis Moss block a ball to win a game. I didn't think we were going to win.
One finger.
Stats, you see what I'm saying? Stats show us that, hey, they're going to kick that field goal. They're going to win that game. This man blocked the ball, and we go to the national championship game, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't put all analytics and stats. Those are great. You're going to win a lot of games that way. But it's the intangible things you're not going to catch. Those guys who make the plays and change the game. When Brandon Spikes freaking hitting Noshawn Marino to the other state, bro, he was never the same running back for the rest of the game. That's what I'm telling you. So it's like, I get what you're saying. It's great. You can be a
this is my argument.
Fine.
Uh-oh.
But football is all about inches, bro. And that stars don't matter when it's inches, bro. Stars. Have you played football? Fishing. What sport have you played?
Listen to me. Listen to me. The only problem with that is you bring up the past, which was a time where we did have superior talent.
Okay, wait. So let's.
That is the only.
If
Hold on.
Hill
Hold
does
on.
not pick
Hold
that
on.
ball, we don't win that game.
Let him go.
Go ahead. I'm just saying. At that moment in time, we had superior talent at Florida, and we have not had that in years. And that's where we're at. And people like you, and I'm not trying to degrade you, down to you, or anything like that, but you need to accept that. I mean, I've accepted it.
I'm gonna unmute him.
I
mean, we don't have.
Listen,
we do not have that type.
Right? Fishing, you had your time last year alone. We had Bernie pick the ball in the end zone to beat Utah. Right?
On a miracle. A miracle.
At the 20,
it was a miracle,
line, bro. You had your time to talk, bro. At the 20-yard line, when we saw Utah pushing the ball. This is last year, right? Nobody thought we were gonna win that game. When he picks the ball, what happened? Jaden Hill, when they were driving the ball to end the game, he picks the ball. How did we think they were gonna win? But we won. That's what we're talking about. Stats is great, bro. Analytics is great, but when you get down to crunch time, players make plays, bro.
All right, so
it's a fucking party.
Florida made plays against Vanderbilt. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so you look at that. You asked me a question about.
I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at everything.
Right?
Let me go really quick. Let me go because we're going around in circles and we got to kind of move the conversation because we can go back and forth. Like Fish, I think we're honestly trying to all say the same thing. Fish, and I understand what you're saying, right? And I think more fans agree with what you're saying, Fishing, than you realize. But where Smalls, and I think where I come from as well, is there you have two sides of the coin to be on. You can be like, yeah, we're gonna suck and we're not gonna win, which to me that sucks. Why think that way? Or you show up each year and you're like, no, we're gonna win that bitch. That's why I said, hey, way too early, 10-2, because I also believe in what Billy's been able to do. I also know that these are college kids, that they come in and week out. They get too drunk on a Friday afternoon, come in and make a mistake and can make a few big dumb decisions that, turn into Florida getting a W. Like, it's that easy for things to flip to the right direction. Yes. Are we well behind on talent? Sure. Are we that far behind on talent? I don't believe so. I think the 5 stars and 4 stars, yes, they're important. How much value do they really hold to themselves? It's not as crazy as I think that we think it is. Why am I hearing myself?
Yeah.
Hello?
I hear
Okay. Yeah, it was weird. But that's kind of, I think, where we're at, Fish. And I don't think that you're wrong. I think it's you, Fish, and I think I'm playing back through you.
I'm good now.
Okay. Look, you're being realistic, and I think you there's an audience for that. Right. I know a lot of people get frustrated with how I handle certain things, but it's just, I don't know, man. That's kind of where I think where it ends on. Look, we can go back to the past, all these things. Like we're getting down an uncharted territories there. Eat a dick. You called in. What's up, buddy? I know you were ready to rock and roll. I know you typically we're white noise. So obviously we spiced you enough to call in.
Yeah. Well, I got done doing what I was doing on the car, man. Fishing is 100% right. Glitter Gators, Disney Gators, call them whatever you want. It has been a long time since this team was realistically competitive and not just lucky. Yeah, I don't know who brought up the Bernie pick in the end zone last year. Are you kidding me? They were driving the ball. They were going to win that game.
Exactly, and that's why I was telling Fishing that stuff happens when we win the game when we weren't supposed to. So I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's how long. It just comes down to accepting mediocrity, man. We're not the dynasty that.
I don't think. Bro, I had a whole video where I said that. I completely agree. Look, I think there's fans, and look, Fish, and you said you started watching in 2012. Kind of fans like yourself who started watching in the 06-08 era who think that we're still 06 and 08. We ain't even close. We have been mid for the last 15 years. That is a fact. I couldn't agree more with you. However, I still believe that things can change very quickly. Just like Tennessee flipped it around literally in 1 year. Kentucky took a long time to get there. Right? Because it's Kentucky. Okay. Florida State flipped around in 2 to 3 years. All right. Things change very fast. You get the right studs in there. You get believers. What Kirby Smart did last year in basically brainwashing the team and making them think that they're not good enough, that can happen. That can happen to anybody. So what I feel is like, hey, the pieces are in the right place finally. And I'm excited that things can start moving in the right direction. Do I think we're going to win a national championship next year? No. But I'm going to for sure as hell believe and talk shit to every team that we show up to on Saturday. You best believe that.
Right.
There's not, bro, I'm not going to show up on Saturday and be like, Buck, we ain't going to win. Fuck no. Yeah. I am going to talk shit the entire time until we lose. That is, and I'm going to talk shit afterwards too. Because
go ahead. Continue. Go ahead.
I'm just yelling.
I think.
Well, I have a question though. I mean, do you think that Florida's going to actually exceed expectations? I mean, judging by what's
your expectations? Like that's what look. I want 10-2. That doesn't mean that's what I expect, right? Like my thing is,
what do you expect?
Last year? I would honestly a nice healthy season be 7-5, 8-4. That's a reasonable expectations. Like, and look, what
about everybody else?
Go ahead. I mean,
I'll
go. Everybody else?
I realistically think 5-win season. That's well,
now you're being wild.
Whoa.
We've got.
You'll see.
Think Florida won't make a bowl game?
Hold up. A team.
Oh, now Fishing's like, all right, you've crossed the fucking line.
Yeah,
Damn,
I
okay?
crossed the line.
Fishing's like, I've been negative, but damn, bro.
Yeah, bro. Look. I mean, I'm negative, but I'm positive about everything that I'm supposed to be positive about. I mean,
He's like, I'm not an asshole.
bowl game. If you think Florida's not going to make a bowl game, I mean, you're crazy. If you think Florida's going to win 10 games, I mean, you're also crazy. Like,
So where's your lion? Okay? So he's got 5. What do you got, Fisher?
8 wins. I'm 8 wins.
Okay, that's healthy. That's a hell of a season, boys. Ole Miss just went 8-4. Michael, what do you got?
Oh, I'm counting it up right now.
All right, Smalls.
Wait, that's terrible to compare us to Ole Miss because Ole Miss winning 8 games. Yeah,
Ole Miss was fucking ranked and undefeated at 7-0. So if we were 7-0, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, Fishing, even though they finished 8-4.
That's facts. But at the same time,
we were 11. We were 11 after Utah.
There's also been
other rankings
occasions.
are fucking dumb.
There's also a lot of occasions where Florida is ranked way higher than we should be, and
rankings are dumb. Ignore that. I don't care. That was dumb. That's dumb. That's why I put Colorado into my 25th spot last night for rankings, because it's a joke, right? The first week are a joke. So why not capitalize on it and just sell TV spots? You put 25 Colorado.
You're completely right. At the same time, though, I mean, why do we rank Florida then?
Why not?
Yeah, well, I mean, why?
Why rank? Wait, so you're saying we should rank Florida? I don't know.
No, I'm saying why would we rank Florida if they were good? Like, if they were.
I don't know what you're saying.
Man, Florida won a 9 game.
Well, you said you ranked Colorado, which I understand. I'm just saying, if Florida was in that category, of course we rank Florida. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing.
Well, Florida's playing Utah, but I didn't put Florida in the top 25.
Yeah.
I don't think Florida should be in the top 25.
I'm not disagreeing with.
Yeah, I don't think the hype and the transition from what Florida has enough to put them in the top 25. I think what Colorado's been able to do, I think the Pac-12 being as light as it is and bringing in Shedeur Sanders, who in some people's eyes is a top Heisman candidate to win. Look, I know I get a lot of flack for that, but it's going to be a lot of work to flip over in Colorado. However, I do think that they're going to go win that TCU game, and it's going to be like Florida beating Utah next year, and Colorado's going to find themselves in a top 15 spot very quickly. So if you're going to take them from being non-ranked, and if they beat TCU, throw them into 13, then you were looking at them being pretty highly ranked as well too.
Didn't Utah lose both of their tight ends? Or that?
No.
Just one, I believe.
Was
just
it
Kincaid?
Just Kincaid.
Who ate us up? Who ate us up?
Yeah, who ate us up?
Kincaid.
Okay. Well, actually, no. Brant Keavy is the one that ate Amari Burney.
The only one that ate us up was Amari Burney because it was a weekend at Burney's big guy.
Yeah, but Amari Burney.
Highlight of my year, boys.
Amari,
high top peak that weekend.
Yeah, it was all downhill from there.
So
Yeah, pretty much.
False.
From a fan,
Amari Burney went on to be one of the best defensive players on the team.
I'm going to have to let you go with that one, Fisher.
No,
he did.
No, he did. He had a great week.
I think it was like.
All right, we got a few guys waiting. Who's willing to volunteer to drop? We've had a few guys in here for a while.
I'll leave, man. Thank you for everything. Fisher, Michael, EAD, man. Y'all be blessed. Thank y'all.
Be good, Smalls.
Fuck with you, man. Be blessed.
Gators.
All right, let's add. This is gonna be okay. I got William Fisher, and then I got Daniel, who I know is just gonna come spice this up. So I gotta wait to add Daniel. What's up, William?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing, man? Gator fan, I'm hoping.
Oh yeah, since before '84. So,
okay, how are you feeling?
A long time.
What's your opinion on this conversation between us nutheads then?
So like we got I mean I can see us going 6-6. But I also can see us winning up to 9, depending on how the first 6 games of the season go. So, you got Utah on the road. That's going to be a really tough game for us. But they don't have the tight ends that they did last year. We got a little bit better linebackers for coverage this year. So even with that, that's going to help us out a little bit. And as far as the quarterback goes for Mertz, I mean, I think we would have won at least if we had him last year. I think we would have won at least 2 more games. I think we would have won the Kentucky game, and the Vandy game. Probably those 2 games easily. We might have had a better chance. That's pretty much the only 2 games I think we'd have probably.
I think we won the FSU game.
That game was close. I think as far as AR goes on that, I think if AR would have just balled out a little bit harder. Like if he had done the same way that Travis did, running the ball. There was one play in that game where he like carried 6 players down the field on like a third and 8 or something like that, and he got like 15 yards with like 6 guys on his back. I mean, if he put that much dog in him on every single, and all those plays in that game, we would have won that game easily. Not to mention the face mask and all that other crap at the end of the game, but that's beside the point. But Utah, I can see us pulling a really close one out in that game. I think it's going to be tough, but I can see us actually going on the road with that because Napier's going to have the whole offseason to scheme for that game. And I think that's one of the reasons why we won the game. I know Bernie intercepted the ball at the end, but if you think about it, if you go back and watch that game, Bernie was just getting eat up the whole game. And Rising telegraphed that pass, and Bernie was just there. He had already seen that same play multiple times during the game, so he was prepared for it. That's why he got the pick. And it was a great catch off the ground on crowd, but he still outside the point. So I think without their I know Rising's back, but I think we can go in there and pull that off. Of course, McNeese, we got that win. I think Tennessee at home, they don't have Hooker. I mean, like, he was the reason why.
No.
They got the
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You got Tennessee at home, and you're talking about they don't have Hooker. They have that guy that do the big.
Did you
old
watch Tennessee versus Clemson?
Milton. They got Joe Milton.
Yeah, he ain't all that.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah. No. Okay, we'll see. That's the whole point. That's what I'm trying to say.
You're wrong.
This is a call-in show, so people are going to have their opinions. So just like people are going to disagree with you, you can disagree with that's fine. All right, so we got Charlotte. That's a win. I think Kentucky without their running back, their offensive line sucks. It's still not.
Yeah,
not
I think Kentucky's done. Kentucky had their shot.
Yeah, I think we're going to win Kentucky on the road. I think we're going to win Vandy. And then I think South Carolina is going to be a toss-up. I think that I would have to give the nudge to South Carolina in that game because it's on the road. Of course, Georgia's Georgia. Probably going to – I mean, I don't want to say we're going to lose that, but most likely based on talent and everything else, we're probably going to lose that game. I agree with Fishing on that. See, Arkansas at home, that's going to be another tough game because we just ran the gauntlet of South Carolina on the road, Georgia, in Jacksonville, and then Arkansas at home, and then we're going to have LSU the following week. So I can see us pulling out the victory against Arkansas, but I can also see us losing that game. So that's where I'm saying, like, we can go 6-6, or we can go up to, about 9 wins. LSU, I think that's a loss in Death Valley, unfortunately. They've had our number recently. Missouri is always a tough game. It's going to be cold. And I don't know who it was that said about it's probably going to be one of those new games, freezing cold outside. So hopefully we can pull that. And then Florida State.
Mertz is used to the cold, baby.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, I didn't think about that. But Florida State at home, I mean, that's always a toss-up game. And it depends on how we do the –
Why would you say it's a toss-up game, William? Why would you say it's a toss-up game?
Okay, so, I mean, they have I was listening to another podcast. I have another – listen to another podcast. They have like 90.
That's unacceptable, William. Hey, you listen to one podcast.
No, listen, hold on. They got like 85% of their team coming back. 85 to 90%. They have the most players coming back of any other, like one of the highest of any team in college football.
Where would you place FSU in your top 25 for your preseason?
I have a stat for you.
I would probably place them. I wouldn't even put them top 10. I put them like 12 or 13 maybe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put them out. I wouldn't put them too high because I think there's so many. It's so hard to tell when you're like doing preseason because you want to see at least 2 or 3 games of them playing before you even really rank them.
Well, it's preseason, William.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
You just told me they're bringing back the most people. of anybody.
Yeah, but
You gotta give
still
you
don't
gotta give him more than the top.
We gotta
top
see
12.
him though. We gotta see him though.
Come on,
I mean, I
William.
want to see them play. You
Hold
know,
on,
like
but you're gonna put Ohio State and Bama in the top 10, right?
oh, of course.
But who do they got?
But
They
they're
got nobody.
Bama's only returning like I think that they're Bama's only returning like 54% of their players, but they're just
All they're
reload.
bringing, the only person they're bringing back from Bama is Saban.
Oh my
That's the only
God.
person coming back is Nick.
Oh, come on! You know they're just reloading. Come on, Sheldon.
Oh my God.
I
Give
mean,
me a
like,
wide receiver at Bama that's going to be good this year.
like if I had to pick that last game against Florida State, it would be like I would say 60-40. It's not a 50-50. I would say 60-40 Florida. You know, because
See, look, I think that's reasonable fishing. You can't be too mad at William. I think he came in here pretty level-headed.
No,
you know, I'm just trying to be realistic. I agree with fishing on some things. I think that when you've been a fan as long as me, I've been a fan since Charlie Pell, before Pell. So, like, I'm over 50 years old. So, like, I've been a fan for a long time. I've seen the ups and downs of the Gators. I had to go through the Georgia gauntlet of beating us every freaking year until Spurrier got there.
Like now?
So, but like, well, I wouldn't say now. I mean, if you take the last, what's their record in the last 15 years against Florida? The last recent years, the last 10 years, what are we like 5-5 or something like that in the last 10? Maybe 6-4. I don't think that's a complete. I don't think that's a complete butt whipping. I do believe they have more talent than us. They're recruiting better than us right now. I truly believe that. I just don't. I just, as a Gator fan, as a diehard fan, as a fan, I'm talking about as a fanatic. I'm never going to say Georgia's going to beat us. I don't ever want to say that. As a realistic, as a person who knows football and has played football and all that kind of stuff, I look at it and I say, yeah, they are way more talented than us. And right now they're better coached than us. I mean, I agree with a lot of stuff Billy's doing, but I don't think he's in over his head. I think he has a process that he's going about doing. And it's slow and methodical. And us Gator fans, you know how we are. We want everything, just like today's generation. We want everything instant success. We want everything fast. We want everything. We want results right this second. And if you want to build something for long-term results like Spurrier did, or, you can say Urban Meyer did a little bit, you got to go through a process. You got to change the culture. You got to bring in your players. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and we just got to be patient with it.
I think, William, I've loved everything you said thus far, except the fact that you listened to another podcast. That was a little upsetting to hear, but
oh, dude, I listen to all the podcasts. You've all the people that I listen to, I got off of your podcasts. It's like people like Soderquist and
I gotta quit bringing them on here.
Oh, I'm in here. I'm in here every week. I work every Wednesday. I work Monday to Thursday night, so I'm in here every time. If I don't have patience or whatever, I'll be listening and listening in and stuff. But
I appreciate it. I'm just kidding.
I like Soderquist. Respect my decision.
Hirsch.
Yeah, Stadium and Gale. Gators Breakdown, Locked On Gators, all those kind of things.
Oh, he's
somebody else.
He's got the suite.
Yeah, he's plugging everybody.
Yeah. What the hell? You just came in here and just plugged all the Gators suite. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, all those guys watch you too, man. Come on now.
Yeah, of course.
What's that? I be going to Gators or getting Swamps podcast to get information. I have no idea what I'm doing. Who was going to say something? Fishing?
No, I was saying, yeah, I appreciate that, dude.
Hey, go check out Fishing. Fishing's got a YouTube channel too, even though he just shits on the Gators the whole time. He's got. You can go show. You can show some love.
There's a lot of podcasts out there that are very along the lines. I still listen to other podcasts like Fishing, similar to that. It's the more realistic things, and I have to put my 2 cents in worth if I disagree with them, and stuff like that.
I think it's Fishing's good. He brings a different taste. But I'm going to do this, Fishing. I'm going to drop you because I'm about to add Daniel, and he's pro Georgia, and I feel like if he comes in here, I might lose you to him, and I can't have that.
I wanted to talk to.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well, you got to don't. You can't. What's that?
I can get up out of here.
All right, Bubba. I appreciate you hopping on that, man. Pleasure meeting you. Hey, if we're in Gainesville when I'm at a game, make sure you come say hey. All right, Bubba?
If you ever want to go to a baseball, basketball, football, any sporting event, just hit me up. I'll send you a DM. But my dad.
I just want free Longhorns, but we can do games too.
I got you.
Hey, shoot me a DM. All right, Michael. I appreciate you, Bubba. Thank you, man.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, Uncle Lou is in the comments. Get your ass in here, Lou.
Fishing.
I'm ready for the smoke. All right, Daniel. Don't. Just okay. All right. Just take it easy, okay? Let's dip.
Fuck Florida. No, listen. I think I need to be like. One thing I love about fishing is he's realistic.
Yeah, I knew you would like fishing football. Shut the hell up, Daniel. Nobody needs to blow fishing.
The reason why I'm saying this is because if you want to go be a Disney fan, go and be a Disney fan. Oh, but if you want,
hey, Daniel, it's glitter gator to you.
Let him speak.
No, shut up, fishing.
He's speaking about a bunch.
Yeah,
of
this is why I didn't want both of your asses in here. You're gonna be hugging one another. Go ahead, Daniel.
Listen.
Why would I hug a Georgia fan?
Listen,
Okay.
I had to be honest about Jake Fromm. I had to be honest about the 2020 season about Georgia. There's so many times where you had to just be honest with yourself. But if you guys are going to talk about the what ifs and the what ifs and this could have happened, listen, there's games that Florida has won games that is because of AR's running game.
Yeah. Yep.
You can't say.
I agree.
You can't say like, AR was a great complete passer. He wasn't. He was horrible. I mean,
who said? Wait. Nobody said AR was a great. Where are you getting that from? What article are you reading?
Guys, in general, I'm saying there's Gator fans out there that says AR was a great complete pass. He completed the pass, but we all know.
Hold on, Daniel. You can't come in here with TMZ facts and run it as the gospel.
Shelton, there's a lot of stupid Gator fans. I mean, that's
where are you guys looking?
All year last season, everyone was high on AR.
I was, 100%, as we should have been.
At the beginning of the year.
Listen, you guys are not going to win a lot of games. This year, you're losing against Tennessee. You're losing against Utah. You're losing against South Carolina.
I don't like
this
tone.
You're losing against Georgia. You're losing against Vanderbilt. You're losing against FSU. You're gonna have probably.
Did he just say we're losing against Vanderbilt?
Yeah, you're gonna lose against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, he did, and he's gonna have.
We're supposed to be. I thought he was realistic. I thought he was a realistic person.
Florida has no depth.
We're not losing against Vandy at home.
You guys have no. Listen, you guys almost
be realistic, dude. Be realistic.
You guys
get him, William. Get him, William. Oh, William standing up. William standing up. You got William standing up, Daniel.
USF.
You got. Hold on, Chim. You got William standing up, Daniel.
I usually agree with Daniel. Like, I know he's a dog fan, but I usually agree with him a lot of stuff. But like Vandy, come on.
Okay, you're gonna lose against Mizzou.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because they have
the same way that y'all almost lost to them.
Of course, yeah.
We got fishing back, boys. We brought them back in.
I will be honest. We almost lost that game. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So I mean, listen. Yeah, you have you have to be selective of what you're talking.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Hey, wait. Let me go real quick. Daniel. Daniel.
Who's the Dogs quarterback this year? Who's the Dogs quarterback this year?
Carson Beck.
They don't know.
Yeah, Carson Beck. Carson Beck.
Don't let them fool you. They don't know.
It's Carson Beck, 4-star from Orange Park. He's pretty good. That is a fact. But he could lose the job to the 5-star. Real quick, Daniel. You said that we were all. No, I've let you go. It's my show. It's my fucking show. You said Anthony Richardson. We were all high on him. Yes, as we should have been. Look what the NFL draft is doing right now. They are slobbering over him for the same reason that we were slobbering over him. So if we're wrong, the NFL's wrong. But we weren't crazy to think like, wow, we are extremely high on him. Nobody was extremely high on Stetson Bennett. Nobody's still high on Stetson Bennett. Okay. So look, I think the situation with AR and Billy, it was just it was not a good fit. But for you to say, oh, you guys I told you you're going to be wrong. you're the only person saying it, Daniel, because you had nothing to lose to say that, hey, we were going to be wrong about Anthony Richardson. It wasn't like we were crazy to think like, hey, Anthony's not going to be good.
Hey,
if he had played, if AR had played like he did against Utah the whole season, balling out, doing crazy stuff, jumping, spinning, all that stuff,
we win the Natty.
We would
matter.
have won 10-2. It was the thing is once we figured out that once Jack Miller got hurt and we knew he wasn't coming back for a while, he was playing. I wouldn't say scared. He was just playing tentative.
Conservative.
He was choosing conservative. And that's what I was saying earlier about that game against FSU last year. Like if he balled out and did his dog like he could do during every single one of those games, that Vandy game wouldn't have been close. He like on 4th and 3, he threw the ball down the sideline. What the heck? He could have just ran for the first down. Like dumb decisions too. Like he has the talent, he has the tools. He just didn't execute. That's what it came down to.
Anyway.
That's what the NFL sees. They see all the tools. They see his overall
size,
talent,
his ability.
Size. Yeah, and so he had the ability to be a Cam Newton or Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow didn't have the best throw. Listen,
yes. No, it's not. Look, here's why he's going to have. Here's why I think he can have success. Here's why I think he'll have success in the NFL, and what I mean by AR, success in the NFL, because the pressure is not going to be the same, but going through with Carolina. Carolina football is not going to be as cutthroat as Florida is. The Florida fans want a success so quickly that we wouldn't be patient for that, right? But him going to Carolina, he's going to have time to kind of find his rhythm and find his groove. And look, I hope he has a successful career. And we talked about it last night. It's like, look, are we going to look back and be like, damn, we missed out on something? Because we as Florida fans may have been a little too hostile. And why would he want to stay another year? Everyone's like, oh, he should stay. Why? It's brutal playing in Florida. It's brutal being a podcast host for Florida.
Well, Florida fans just shut the fuck up.
Hold on. So
hold on, Daniel. Let Fishing go. He's kind of he's got soft in the mic. I can barely hear him. Let him go real quick.
I am saying Florida fans need to shut the hell up. And if they're talking about who's the better quarterback, what does it matter? They're not playing for your team next year. So unless you're analyzing Graham Mertz, I don't want to hear anything from anybody. And the people that say Graham Mertz is garbage, watch film before you talk about it.
You're very contradicting, Fishing. I don't know what team you choose anymore. I don't know what's.
Well, I mean, how?
We're like 6 and 7, and then Graham Mertz is winning the Heisman in the next sentence. Like I don't know where we're gonna be. I have no clue.
Where Fishing's coming from.
You're tripping. I never said.
You got to go by film. And film.
You're
sometimes
tripping. No, I never said Graham Mertz was going to be the greatest thing ever. I'm just saying if people are going to judge him.
You implied.
No, I said don't judge him. That's all I said.
Hey, Fishing, you can't shoot the heat and then not take it. I'm just busting your shit. Don't get all worked up with me. Okay, you've been talking shit. You've been coming in here talking shit and bringing heat the whole time. Okay, and I've allowed it.
What's the depth in quarterback? What's the depth in your front line and your defensive line? And what wide receiver you guys have? You guys have
got tons of wide receivers.
You guys have a good running back room.
Daniel, we have a great running back room, and we have a great receiving core coming back too. That's what people don't understand. Like
I think Daniel wants to talk.
You got Burke, Douglas, Brent, Frazier's. You got new
Henderson, Ricky Pearsall, Aiden Mazzell, Eugene Wilson, Andy Jean. The wide receiving core, in my opinion, is the best it's been in a very long time. So wide receiving core looks really.
You guys don't have talent.
No, you just that's exactly what you just said.
You guys don't have experience at all.
What does Georgia have?
Y'all don't know how to handle Daniel. Y'all don't know how to handle him.
What does Georgia have coming back? Listen, let's not even compare.
Listen to me. Y'all don't know how. Y'all don't know how.
I think what it comes down to is Daniel just doesn't know our team. He's not a fan of our team, so he doesn't know all the ins and outs of our team.
Daniel knows.
Let's not talk over one another. Go ahead, Fishing. How do we not know how to handle Daniel? Why is that?
You have to talk to Daniel with understanding and passion. You have to act like you care about his team, which you do, because Georgia is above Florida right now. So you have to kind of act like you care, of course we do. And
Hewley, the link's in the description, buddy.
Yeah.
I think Georgia's doing a great job. I'm not hating on Georgia. Like you tried to you're asking us questions about our team and then we answer it and then it's not good enough for you, Daniel.
Well,
Yeah,
why
like,
is it not? Because Florida is
I
not
think you
recruiting good
disagree
enough.
because you guys' feelings
No.
are hurt right now. That you guys, the facts are the facts.
what are my feelings hurt about? I'm excited about the team. Nobody's
That you
feelings are
got a
hurt. You want me to
shitty-ass
be
coach?
upset, and I'm not. I'm not
That you
upset. I'm
got-
excited.
Listen, that you got a shitty ass coach who was a coach for a head coach for a while,
See?
and then Kirby
Here we
Smart.
go.
Kirby Smart. You compare Kirby Smart's first year. Kirby Smart was never a head coach.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
not-
So okay. Let's talk.
moment of
Let's. Hey.
silence.
Let's.
Moment of
You want to
silence.
bring this? You want to bring this up again? Kirby Smart walked into a cush job. Kirby Smart walked into.
He was never a head coach in the second year. He went to
And
Natty
still lost to
and
Mac
lost
in 2
against
years in a row.
3 points in overtime against the best team in the country for years.
Lost.
Yeah, because he got handed. He got handed it to him.
Let's stop. The guy's never been.
And this is not true either.
What's not
Kirby
true?
Kirby Smart got handed a very, very good class. I will not deny that.
That's what I just
But
said.
it's not. This is not an Urban Meyer like Ryan Day situation. It's not that.
Yeah, it's better.
Exactly.
Oh no, it's not.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes. Dude,
I
the year
highly
before,
disagree.
they lost in the SEC championship right before he came in. What are you talking about?
Yep. Oh, they should have won it.
No, well, there's
Bro, right? So the Urban Meyer Ryan Day situation, Urban Meyer didn't do anything in Ohio State either. Ohio State works itself. You could put a potato at head coach in Ohio State, it would still function. Like Ohio, like that's not Urban Meyer. Like that, Ohio State does its job. It's the Ohio State University. Kids are going to go to Ohio State.
Well, that's like saying Florida does itself.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
no, it
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
Florida,
No.
it doesn't. I know that it doesn't. Florida has to go up against Miami, go up against Georgia, Bama, Ohio State.
Why does Florida has to go through all these obstacles when Florida is such a prestigious university? Why does Florida has to do that?
Because of the administration, the upper.
Well, I mean, I'm just going off what y'all are saying. I mean, all these other
can you name another Power 5 school that plays in Ohio?
In Ohio, no.
Okay, so you're asking me. I gave you answers. They're going up against the likes of FSU, Miami. They always have done that, right? And the thing is, Florida had 2 good years in 06 and 08. Prior to that, they were good in the early 90s. But they always
go back in time.
But dude, that's
talk about now.
Okay, but that has a factor in recruiting. I'm not going back in time to talk about the past. The past has a lot to do with how the future.
It does not have any factor in recruiting. Recruiting in the past and success in the past has nothing to do with recruiting nowadays. That's an absolute fact. Nobody cares. None of these players care.
So you mean the stature of Ohio State for the past decade and a half has nothing to do with the.
Nope.
So you think they're going there because of Ryan? They're going there because of Ryan Day. They go to Ohio State because of Ryan Day.
They're going there because of Ryan Day and Brian Hartline. Yes.
No,
fuck no.
That's garbage. Ohio
Nobody's
State
going, bro.
is just
Ryan Day's going to be gone in a year and a half. Ryan Day's gone in a year or 2.
Explain to me why they aren't.
Why they aren't what?
Have you ever been to OSU?
Why they're not going to Ohio State? Tell me why.
What? They are going to Ohio State.
Yeah, but why?
Have you ever
because
been
it's
there?
the Ohio State University, bro. It's
Okay,
a top
and
tier.
so why are they not going to the University of Florida?
Because Florida, in my opinion, Florida isn't in the same level as Ohio State in that regards. Ohio State is a top tier college in the middle of nowhere. They basically just farm everything up there. We're going up against Michigan, Michigan State. They own the north half of the United States. Florida has to go against every Southeast school. Go look where the national championships been.
Why can't Florida beat?
Go out of the last 18 championships, the last 16 national championships were won by the Southeast. So the competition that Florida has to go up against year in and year out, Ohio State can finish 6th or 7th in recruiting and have a top tier class in the Big Ten. So yes, that consistently, they're going to have guys that just go to the Ohio State University. It's a damn rock show when you go there. LeBron's there. Joey Burrow's there. It's a fun place to go play at. It's a beautiful campus.
Well, Joey Burrow didn't finish there, but
Joey Burrow goes back to Ohio State and hangs out. He goes to the games. And so if I'm a college kid, why wouldn't I want to go hang out? Why wouldn't I want to go be a part of that? It's the same reason why Lincoln Riley showed up to USC and literally like that, they were back on top. USC should have never went
But what
away.
about Tim Tebow when he goes back to Florida?
Listen to me. Listen to me. Why do the most talented players in the country leave Florida? Tell me why.
You know
They
why?
don't leave Florida.
Yeah, the
They
cap.
leave Florida. Your best last year. Your best player.
No,
left-
everybody leaves Florida. They go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
When
your
did they start?
best player went to Maryland. He said he gave.
You're
Billy
like
Napier
supporting
the
my
best-
I'm not
argument here.
talking about the
Are you-
transfer portal. I'm not
But you're
talking about-
supporting my argument.
No,
You're back.
listen.
You're backing
Our
up what
best
I'm
player?
saying.
No, he's asking you a question.
No, I'm saying, why do the top talent in Florida? I'm talking about IMG Academy.
That's
Oh,
not
you're talking about high school teams.
I'm talking about everything.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I
Why
see what
do
you're saying.
they leave the state of Florida?
Because a lot of those players at IMG aren't even
But
from
Miami
Florida.
seems to get them. So why do they leave the
They're
state of
not
Florida?
Oh,
And-
whoa,
and-
whoa, 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 whoa! Miami
Here we go.
got him. Miami got him last year. Let's chill out for a minute, okay? And Sampson wasn't a Florida player. They didn't get Kermani McLean. Mark Fletcher, it wasn't a Florida player. So let's calm down with the Miami comment because nobody in Florida got anyone from Florida. Bama gets Florida. Georgia gets Florida. LSU picks from Florida. Everybody picks from Florida because 90% of the talent comes from Florida as well too. So
Hey,
they're gonna leave.
Am I muted? Am I muted still?
You can exclude.
No, you're good, William. You're good.
Oh, but hey, listen, let me say something real quick about IMG and those places in Florida. The
Mm-hmm.
good majority of those players that come down there are from Georgia, New Jersey, New
Yeah,
York. They're all
IMG,
coming
those
down
aren't
there to
Florida
play that.
kids.
They're not Florida kids, so they're coming down
No.
there to get that prestigious thing, and then they're going to go back and play for all these other colleges outside the state of Florida. You know, that's the reason
Yeah,
why
they just go to Florida to go to school
Yes.
and not play high school football. Yeah,
Yes,
no.
that's
Stop
because
it.
Yeah.
St. Thomas Aquinas, IMG. I'm from Florida. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Yes, they all come down there to those things. I have players that on the
They
football
don't
team that I
go
was
to
assistant
school
coaching. They
and
go
not
down there for that.
football and just act like they just live there. Like that's where they come from. That's where the good coaches are.
No,
That's
you're wrong.
where they
I'm
get
sorry, you're
developed.
wrong.
Like, stop it. Don't try to tell me that they're not Florida people.
Well,
They're
They are not Florida
Go
players.
look at IMG. You can look.
Look at LeBlanc. Look at LeBlanc. Look at the one LeBlanc that went back and forth like 4 different times and traded all over New Jersey, New York, all that stuff. That's just this recruiting cycle alone. These players are coming from all over the United States to come to play at these prestigious high school preparatory schools. Just like in Jacksonville, you
Hey,
got
real quick.
Bowles, and you got-
Let me
got
ask you.
UC
Hey,
and all
hold
these
on.
things.
Let me go. Hey, Fishing. Do you know where Will Norman went to? Where he played at? Don't nobody answer.
Well, Norman,
Fishing.
no, I don't.
You don't know where he went?
I have an idea. No, I don't know.
He played at IMG Florida.
Well, I was gonna say that, but I thought
Okay.
you were.
Do you see my screen right there?
No.
You can't see the shared screen that I'm showing here, where it shows where he's from.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, he played at IMG for a year. I'm very familiar with IMG. My brother played at IMG for a year. He played at IMG for a year and then left to go back home in New Jersey for his senior year. A lot of kids go to IMG because IMG pays for them to come down there. They give them a scholarship because IMG wants to go play at national tournaments and then they get to put the tag that I went to IMG on my resume and play with other national kids, and then they go back home. It happens all the time.
Yep.
That is 100% fact.
No, and you're correct. But if you're talking about kids that commit to Florida from IMG, how many do that?
This year we had like 3. This year we had 3.
Well, hold on. What are you trying? What are you trying to imply?
What I'm implying is Florida is not keeping in-state talent in-state.
Yeah, I know that. We know that. Nobody claimed that though. Like I don't know. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
well, Billy Napier did.
Billy did.
Well,
He had,
yeah.
I think it was like 70% of his class was from Florida finally, but prior to that, we were not.
People are still busting his balls over it, saying he didn't recruit well. I mean, like that's just. This is crazy.
This is actually an interesting argument because you have the prestige of certain programs, right? That are automatically going to draw, certain talent. But then you have the money factor and NIL, whatever you want to call it, or $100 handshakes, and then you have integration for each school. So I just moved here to Florida after 20-something years in Georgia. They eat, sleep, and breathe football in Georgia. I've been to Athens for numerous times for football games, and you never really hear about their basketball team or the baseball team because they don't give a shit. And the boosters, the money, they want football championships, and it's been that way for decades at Alabama. Nothing is going to change at Florida until that changes. We can keep punting these coaches, and who the hell knows? Muschamp could have been the one if he would have had the support and the money. And I don't know. It's kind of fucking frustrating because I've seen both sides of the coin.
So real quick, because I think I don't know. You're trying to say with the recruiting out of Florida, right? A lot of these kids that are in Florida now, to fishing. A lot of these kids that are in Florida now, they didn't start in Florida. They all moved to Florida because this is where the football hub is, because you can play year round. There's a ton of camps that go around, right? So it's not like they said they were born here in Florida and they're like, because you're saying, hey, like, why can't we keep these kids in Florida, right? Well, yeah, the school's been a dumpster fire. That's number one. Number two, I got a little brother, right, who I was mentioning earlier, goes IMG quarterback, going to be a 5-star stud. Facts, okay? My dad wears Gator gear. The guy shows up to a high school game looking like a damn recruit. Okay. When he was in IMG, walking around with his Gator visor, his Gator Jordans, his Gator sweatpants and t-shirt. They didn't bother him at IMG as he walked around the field because he thought it was a recruit. Okay. Guy's 60 years old, just owning his shit. All right. The reason I tell you that is I asked my little brother, I go, hey, where are you going? You going to Florida? He's like, nah, I'm gonna go wherever my best options is. Whichever coach is going to give me the best option to go to the NFL, which he talked about Clemson and Alabama. And so, yes, I agree with you. That's why kids are leaving, because nobody cares about playing for that in-state nonsense. That's not really a thing anymore. Treon Webb is trying to bring that back, and I appreciate that. And I think Billy is the guy to get us back on track. I don't know why you're asked. I don't know where you were trying to go with that. I am assuming that's what you were trying to get across. But yes, they should be staying out Florida, but they're not right now because we've been a shithole for the last 10 years. I agree.
Could I say something here, guys? Also, we were behind on facilities. So those guys were not staying in top 10 facilities. So
which is pathetic.
Exactly. And then when you think about it, we won 2 championships. So why didn't we, keep going? Teams like Alabama, Clemson, they made it better for an environment for recruits to go
and there. Honestly, we're still behind with the facilities because now you've got places like Hawaii, Colorado.
Yes.
Like, dude, when you go see what, like, I look, I'm going to get a lot of shit on Colorado, but I'm going to stay on this hype train until it basically runs off its tracks, because I think what's going on in Colorado is something interesting. Like, I don't understand what the hate. I understand what the hate is because people just like to hate. That's just kind of fact. That campus is gorgeous. The facility is phenomenal.
Did you see that?
Oh my God. We're hyped up about our facility, and I'm like, Colorado's had that for the last 3 years.
Facts, and we just got ours.
And we just got ours.
People can say what they want about McElwain, but if he didn't go in and do all the stuff that he did, as far as for the facilities, we wouldn't even be where we're at right now. So, I didn't like McElwain. I didn't like all the different stuff, but as far as him fighting, he lost his job because he basically went in there and told it wasn't Strickland.
That's no way.
Foley. He went and told Foley that, no, dude, you got to fork up the money and get this stuff here. We're never going to be able to compete. And so he lost his job over that. I truly believe that. I mean, I'm not saying he was the best coach in the world, but
he lied. Will he lied?
Oh yeah, I know he lied about that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't do that, bro.
But they weren't. But they weren't even in the practice facility. Like, that's all they were going to do for him. They weren't going to build all the other stuff. So I mean, like, I know there's a lot. Just like with Mullen,
this is what I have a problem with, and it's not that I have a problem with people. But people try to make like light out of situations like this. It's like no, there was no light out of the situation with McElwain. I mean, he destroyed a lot of morale, and they're like,
Yeah,
well,
but
I don't think he was making light. I think he was just making like a point of like, look, that was one positive
I
thing that he did.
understand, but it's like he tried to like build a facility. It's like no, that never happened.
The plan
It's like,
started
I
with
mean,
McElwain.
he really did. I mean, what did McElwain have to do?
Fishing.
The
It
practice
started with
facility
him.
we have is because of McElwain. That's
Correct.
the practice facility that we have is because of McElwain.
The indoor.
And now they're
That's
talking
true.
about building a new
It
swamp
is
and
true.
everything.
That's not true.
Fishing, where are you getting your facts from? Because it's been documented. Napier actually came in and made adjustments because he didn't like where certain things were in the plan that McElwain made.
McElwain built those.
He had some plans. The practice facility.
The practice facility was there. The practice facility was already open. The indoor practice facility is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the whole
New
like,
building,
places, the building and all that stuff. I'm talking about the practice facility. The practice facility was there when McElwain was there. So, but they started building it before. Actually, Muschamp was the one that secured the property, and then McElwain, because they were talking about putting the practice field so far away. Because the whole point of the practice field is so they don't have to walk to Timbuktu.
I'm literally reading an article from January 21st, 2015. It says it's the new era of Florida football. The Gators recently hired Coach Jim McElwain, and he'll soon have a new practice facility for his team.
Yeah.
And then Billy came in and added other things that we needed.
Billy made adjustments to the new big building. Yeah, like what would fit his criteria.
So
Something I want to say, Fishing.
I know what I'm talking about. So you're basically what you're saying is you're calling me a liar. Like I don't know my facts, but I know what I'm talking about. Like I know that Muschamp. I mean, not sorry, but Muschamp was the one that like got the property. Like got them to save the property for a practice facility. He got fired. They brought in Muschamp, and they brought in McElwain, and then McElwain was the one that went to Foley and said, "This is what I want." Blah 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 blah. And then the big facility, he started doing that, and then Billy Napier came in and made changes to it according to what he wanted, and including
specifications.
All the good things. I'm saying I love all the changes that were made by.
I think another thing, Fishing, too, to kind of talk about what you were saying, kind of like, hey, why have we struggled with recruiting in Florida? It's the same reason why Mullen sucked. Ego. I think the Florida staff, the Florida coaches, all of them, we fans have an ego. It's like, why wouldn't you want to come play at Florida? I don't know. It's a fucking dump. Right. And so there was an ego for a very long time, and everyone felt like they're just going to come play here because we won in 06 and 08. We create dogs. We send kids to the NFL. And there was a culture change amongst the kids of like, no, I mean, like, we can go play at Georgia with a badass city in Athens in a beautiful facility, or play Ohio State or whatever it may be. And Florida was like, no, these kids are crazy. These kids are crazy.
It's the UAA.
And then before you know it, we're behind the 8 ball. And now we're over here building facilities. It's like, they're like, well, cool. Like, everyone else has this shit already.
They're already outdated.
To build those facilities, we're already
it's almost outdated.
It took so long to build them. We're already behind. Like there's new stuff coming out already.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, look, I think I made a video about the technology, that view thing that DJ took a picture in front of, and like, look, was it a little cheesy? Like, oh, it's gonna save recruiting. Like, that wasn't the idea, but it's at least it's different. It's new that nobody else has. So at least that's a step in the right direction. But look, there needs to be massive upgrades to the swamp. I feel. Look, I don't think you should change it. I think what it is, you can't change history and the culture, but there definitely needs to be some upgrades for fan experience, for the players' experience. Just again, you have to show progress and not just think like, oh, we're the swamp. We've been doing it forever. We're the shit. No, like you have to evolve.
What do you think about them wanting to remove seats?
Yeah, I think they should add more. Pack that bitch out, baby.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know if you've ever sat in the student section. Those fuckers don't. They don't need seats. Rip the fucking bleachers out. Let's pack this bitch nut the butt and let's let the show go on. You know what I'm saying?
You remember the old stadiums that have the concrete seating? It was just concrete, like concrete stairs. And he just brought the little cushion and you sat on it.
Bro, concrete stairs where you had to get like jump to get to the next step. You couldn't even, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. That's old school. Right there. But hey, it worked. You could pack people in there like crazy, and most of the time the student section don't ever sit anyway. They're pretty much standing the
That's
whole
what I'm
game.
saying. Just rip the bleachers out, bro. Just fucking give them like a circle, like a fucking half oval up there.
The scuttlebutt that I'm hearing, a rumor. I mean, I don't know. I don't forget which podcast I was watching or whatever. They were talking about maybe building a whole new stadium.
Whoa,
that's the last
William,
thing I was
you got to
and that
stop
was like
watching
2
other
days.
podcasts.
I'm not.
Stop it.
We talked about this already, William. About you kind of. I think we've learned that you've established that there's only one podcast to watch.
Hey, I didn't say who they were. So I
who
didn't
was
like.
it?
No, you
Who was
know,
it?
I'm not gonna say.
I want to know. I want to know where you're getting your information. I want to know who I'm going to go watch later tonight.
Okay.
Stadium and Gale.
I think it was them. I can't remember.
That would be some shit they say.
No, it was Nick Del Torre. It was Gator Online, I think.
Gator Online.
Gator Online with Nick Del Torre and I forget the other guy's name.
It's Silk and Dan Thompson.
No, that's Stadium
That's
and
a Gale. Is it Corey Bender?
Has his own thing. It's called Gator on. No. It's called Online or Gator Online.
It's him and Zach Abelverdi.
Yeah. They film it. I think they film it in Spurs.
They're legit. They're legit.
Shane Matthews' channel said it too.
Okay, maybe that's where I heard it at. I could be whatever. I watched.
All right, now you're watching. Okay, now Shane Matthews is in this too. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so hey, let me tell y'all something real quick. Did y'all hear what Spurrier? I said this in the tweet. Did y'all hear what Spurrier said about Mertz?
What did he say?
He said he was on with Shane Matthews, and Shane was like dissing Mertz, like, I don't know what we got here, blah 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 blah. And he said, yeah, that's what they said about you when you came in.
Ooh.
To Matthews.
Yeah, Shane Matthews was like,
bro,
that's a roast.
Wait. So Shane was talking shit about Mertz?
Yeah, he was saying like Shane was just saying, I don't know if we're gonna have to see what he has and blah blah blah. All these people saying, and so he was like kind of downplaying Mertz, And then Spurrier was like, well, that was what they said about you when I came in the first year I was when you were on the bench. So Shane and Fishing would get along really well. They're very very pessimistic about Florida football.
You think that
I like Shane.
I'm just busting your shit, Fishing. Stop it.
Shane's pretty realistic though, man.
Go ahead.
I mean, I like Fishing. Fishing's cool, man. He's being realistic. He's a realistic fan.
No, he's being 100.
But you still got to be a fan. You still got to add your fandom in there. You can't just always be like
shit out of Georgia.
So realistic. You got to like every once in a while. You got to like Shelton does. Like I don't care. We could be 0-10 the year before, but we're going to beat FSU, Georgia. You got to do that kind of.
You
stuff,
sure that was my podcast, William, or not someone else?
That was you.
Yeah,
that was
today.
That was Ryan Smith's podcast.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So I thought that was like a major. I thought that was a major roast by Steve on.
Bro, Spurrier's that dog, bro. Spurrier got that dog in him.
Legendary.
There's another one called Dooley in the Morning, and he has Spurrier on there every. Hey, every Monday.
Bye,
Come on.
Bye.
Hey, Sheldon, I'm putting up.
Dang, he's out of there.
Hey, Sheldon. I just want to let you know this.
You
take your ears off?
I hear you plugging every other YouTube channel out there. Go ahead.
I plug you, dude. Every other YouTube channel while I'm on talking, I plug you guys. Y'all got to go over and you got to go watch that.
We need proof. We need proof now, William. We need proof.
Okay, how am I going to prove that?
Screenshot.
I need screenshots.
I get.
The only other Gator channel that likes me. There's two Gator channels that like me. That's Soderquist and Gator Blake. The other ones they don't communicate with me. I don't know why. They don't love me.
Because you're making waves, brother.
I think it's the Billy Ball sack. They kind of makes them uncomfortable.
Shelton, who was the other channel you said?
Huh?
What was the second channel you said that likes you?
I
think they do. Sports with Blake. He's been on the show before. He's cool. He's good. He's good people. You don't watch Sports with Blake?
What about Hertz? You like Hertz, don't you?
Oh, I like Hirsch. Yeah, I forgot about Hirsch because I think I don't think it's YouTube because they're beginning more on YouTube.
Yeah,
but he hasn't had me on though.
You gotta DM him, man.
Also,
I mean,
you gotta DM him, man.
Fishing doesn't even ask. Fishing doesn't even ask him to be on. I don't know. He goes, "What the fuck?" Nobody loves me. Only one that loves me is Uncle Lou. I just go in my corner and hang out.
I'd fuck Uncle Lou, dude. Stop fucking balls. You gotta stop.
He's coming on next week. Eat a dick. So
come on my show. Come on.
Man. Oh man.
What day? What day?
Please
Coming on? I don't watch.
I think Wednesday I'm gonna have him on.
Oh yeah, it's always spicy with Uncle Lou, man. Look, Uncle Lou takes it good, especially when because we don't play with him. So it'll be good with Uncle Lou.
Whenever he was
Uncle
new,
Lou
he
tell
got
everybody the
pissed
same.
off at someone one time, and he left his actual number in the comments.
Oh, why'd he do that?
I screenshot that shit. I got it.
Oh, I have his number. He emailed it to me. We can fuck with him when he pisses us off next time. I'll put it up. He fucked up. I should be careful texting him back. He'll fucking screw. I'll have Georgia fans knocking down my damn door.
Nah, hey, that ain't about shit.
Yeah. Hey, but look, I gotta go to bed. It's been 3 hours. This has been one hell of a show.
Thank you.
You guys have been incredible. We had like 67 people in here the whole time. I can't believe people listen to us.
Talk to you.
Yeah, no, for real. I love this. I think it's good to get a take from everybody, and I grow my knowledge from talking to you. Except when I talk to Daniel, I lose brain cells. But other than that, it's been fantastic. You guys have been great. I think people are gonna wake up in the morning and go, "What the fuck happened?" When they see we had a 3-hour stream. Yeah, look, hey, so I'll leave you with this before we go. I want to set the record for the longest sports podcast live stream is like 24 hours. And Steve and I talked about breaking that record a little while ago, and I reached out to world record, all that shit. And it costs like a couple grand to have like the world record to come and host it and everything. But that might be something that like if we can kind of do this, because like this was an easy 3 hours. Not really, but like we talked about like, hey, we would have to schedule it out. Like we would do something like this. I could hop off and go pee, get some water, get some food, like right, kind of let it run itself. I was gonna like set up like performances, guys come on and sing. Like it was like, how do I keep 24 hours going? You know what I'm saying? So this gets me fired up of like, look, we can fucking do this shit. You know what I mean? We started a good time. Might get a little lonely in the wee hours of the night, but we're already at 2 o'clock in the morning. So
I know William can get you sponsors from other
all of them.
Yeah. Well, hey, William, we're gonna put you on sponsorship duty. Okay, go get those guys to come sponsor the show.
Shelton, you can do tournaments too when you start getting tired, so you don't have to play, but bring some people up.
Yeah, we could do Madden. You're right. We could just pop a Madden up. Yeah. I love how you bring that back Madden, of you beat me with Madden. I see that. Like he be talking some shit. Okay, we get it, Smalls. You beat my ass.
This shit. It wasn't about me. I'm just saying how we can.
Yeah, it wasn't about you. Yeah, you're like, hey man, we play Madden too.
I don't play Madden, but I think I could beat Shelton.
Oh, I'm going to bed. Dude, I'm a practice. I'm a practice. Hey, tomorrow.
You have to run back out the backfield on like every play. Every play.
What'd you say?
You had the running back out of the backfield on every play, dude. He's wide open. You're trying to throw the ball down the middle, man, and he picked you off like 6 times.
I was there, William. I was there. I know,
man. I was rooting for you, man. I was.
I appreciate it. Hey, boys, I appreciate you hopping in. Fishing, I appreciate.
When are you playing Lagway?
Tomorrow night at 8:30.
Okay, I'll try to get on. Are you guys streaming live?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll try to get on. Watch the beatdown.
I appreciate it. Fishing, I appreciate you, Bubba.
Hey,
you still there?
Did you go practice? Did you practice at all?
I did a little bit after the game, yeah, and I've been watching some videos for defense. I'm coming.
All right, it's good talking to you for once. And hey, Fishing, no hard feelings, man. Go Gators.
Go Gators, boys. Good night, boys. I'll catch you on the flippity flop. We'll see you.